Hi, Sash.
Hello, everyone. All right, and thanks everyone who might be watching this in the future. Your interest always amuses me, which is kind of interesting that I can be amused by something in the past that hasn't yet happened in the future. So the your character fits into this somehow, but let's find out how exactly by finding out who you are. What's your race and class?
Kobold Paladin.
All right. Okay, cool. That's pretty good. And I assume that a paladin of Bahuma.
Yeah, Bahamut.
All right, perfect, perfect. Okay, so going from there. Let me ask about your clan, about your people. Kobolds are a communal people. They tend to live on top of each other practically in very narrow accommodations that would make the modern Japanese somewhat jealous. Anyway, um, what was your people like? What did they do? Did they live in the forest and hunt game? Did they mine tunnels? Did they sabotage dwarven civilizations? What was their shtick?
Probably in the woods.
All right. All right. So, a bunch of woods-dwelling humanoids. Were they engaged in the regular sort of pillaging and raiding? Did they have some kind of higher calling? Was there any religion to them, or were they as generic as kobolds come?
They were ruled over by a evil dragon, and yeah, he wasn't having
Excellent. Were you born into this regime, or had the dragon disappeared by the time you were around?
born into that.
Okay, and so what was life like for you? Did you serve willingly? Did you chafe? And what sort of tasks does a young kobold have to perform for their dragon overlord?
He chafed at it, especially at the times where he had to clean between the dragon's toes.
Perfect, perfect. And what sort of dragon was it?
Let's go. Let's go. Right.
Perfect. And the grime and gore that can collect underneath a red dragon's toe is considerable indeed. So, forest kobold, you might be. The red dragon's also very much like high places, so it's likely that you had to climb a great, terrible mountain in order to reach that dragon, so that you can engage in the humiliating process of bunion removal and pedagogy. I think that's the wrong word, but don't that doesn't matter. Um, how did this end up for you? Did you study under these people? Did you rebel and leave early? What was the process for you becoming who you are today?
Kind of rebelled and left, and determined to slay all the evil dragons.
And why not this evil dragon?
He's got to train first. Got to have the training montage before you actually kill the boss.
All right. And so, what did that involve then? You leave your forest home behind. You don't see the mountains for some time. How do you develop your powers? I guess it's the Holy Vision request, perhaps.
Yeah, we'll go with that.
What does that look like? You find a temple, you meet a mentor, you simply have a dream. Where does your calling come from? A paladin. I need to stress this: the investment of power in a paladin is not insignificant. In fact, it is perhaps the most significant investiture in Dungeons and Dragons mythology. Yes, warlocks have a lot of uh, uh, warlock patrons have a lot going on and a lot at stake when they invest their power. But it's not the same as a paladin because a paladin is the representation of some ideal, almost inevitably a divine ideal like a god. So Bahamut didn't make you a paladin because you're a cool dude or because you're a rebel without a cause. He made you a paladin for a damn good reason. What is it?
Um, Not sure.
All right, all right. Do you think that you might have made some discovery? You might have met someone. Perhaps you did something which was of such moral significance, or importance that it was noticed by the gods. Maybe it was insignificant, and maybe the god took a pity to an insignificant gesture of charity. Um, there must have been something though, so have a think about what that might be, and we can come back to it if you want. But
Yeah.
it's important.
You got another sheet there at All Arctic?
Absolutely. Get that underway.
Cheers. We can do my introduction now if you want. Save it doing it like midway through the game. Because I don't know when we're going to Evelyn, so.
Exactly. Yeah, good call. So where are you? There we are.
Well, we're gonna have to go back first. Back to Zymoran Hall.
Yeah, there's just nothing we can do.
No way around it. Got a fugitive in my midst. Yeah. I don't remember if I manacled him or not. If he was gonna run, I manacled him, but if he was just like coming with me, I wouldn't have. But if he gets rowdy, I'll knock his ass out.
Good old
Oh, wait, no, I'm not allowed to hurt him. Never mind, I won't knock his ass out. Threaten him.
You can do other things to hurt people.
Just a bit of threatening, not to hurt anybody.
I'll waterboard him. I'll cut his face off and waterboard him with salt water.
Man. Did you think of that up on the spot, Tyler? Because that's nasty.
Clip
Yeah, it was
profit,
all
so.
me. No, it was all me that I thought of that.
All right. All right. Well, in that case, why don't you tell us about your new character then?
So I'm still working out a nice name. It's only a short character, so I'm just gonna think of a joke one. But he grew up in Waterdeep. He's part of a noble family that writes in one of the newspapers. So he's a journalist, and growing up, he's always in his family. There's like you do a pact when you reach a certain age, and no one knows about this, like dodgy noble Waterdeep business going on. And we've actually made a deal with an aboleth that wants information. So our family are mostly like warlocks and stuff like that to gather information for the aboleth.
All right, this aboleth lives just below Waterdeep, within Undermountain. There's a great set of caves in there that that it is currently converting. It's managed to enslave most of the local Huatoas, who are a fish people, and it's currently exterminating everyone against its resistance. And you are lending the aid for this thing to further its influence, or rather, your family is. Please, this is interesting. Go on.
Yeah. So I grew up doing what I needed to do in Waterdeep to grant my fame and progress the levels, if you will. And he ended up hearing of this rampaging party going throughout the north, and in the family there's a tradition of you need your one big story, the front page of the Waterdeep Times kind of thing.
Yeah,
so this is what he was gonna do. So he's been tracking the group for a long time. He came up from like the Westbridge way there.
Yeah.
From Tribor, I think it's right. Yeah. And then he's followed them from Tribor all the way around.
That's excellent. So by the time you'd heard of these, they'd already disrupted things up in Bridgend. They'd already picked up Linus from Luskin. It would seem that if you'd only been with these people from the start, you wouldn't actually already have your front page story. You'd have a goddamn book that you could take to Candlekeep and impress the scholars and monks there. Evidently, by the time you reached Tribe, it was too late. And it turns out they've already upended Tribor as well, after they upended Xanthos, of course, and met with the other. So by the time you reach Tribor, they've already fended off an assault led by giants who had an army of orcs at their back and flaming dwarves, whatever a flaming dwarf is. It sounds like some kind of cocktail that we have in college. But you head over further to Yatar, and you're still too slow. Shit. Do you follow them along the trail of the Evermores alone? That's insanity.
I mean, he's always been one with like the water, being Aboleth. They've granted him weird and wonderful traits that he thinks he could survive the swamp.
Well, survive it you do. Although you would no doubt come into conflict with trolls. And so when you come across a group of 3 trolls who, by any stretch of the imagination, should rip the shreds out of a lone traveller, how is it that you survive, that you escape with your life?
Charm monster. He has.
Alright.
I don't know if they're monsters,
Yeah.
but that works, I guess.
It will work.
He charms the biggest, scariest looking troll and convinces them. It convinces them to like turn back.
Perfect.
Not worth it.
Your cunning guile pays off, and you manage to escape with your life through non-violent means. So that's typical of one of the many adventures you had. Being a high-level character, the truth is you have actually done plenty, which would make you front-page material. Would you like to just relate one of the stories, maybe you've either had along the way, or that you did before you ever became a journalist? What's a significant event that happened in your life that had some impact on who you became?
He's explored some of Undermountain and came back out.
Awesome. So you went down into Undermountain. You come across a group of actors pretending to be vampires. So, did you show them mercy?
Yeah, I didn't think they needed to. I'm here for information, not for death.
You come across a village of goblins selling things at a overpriced market, most of which is stolen from Waterdeep. Do you kill them all?
Yeah, goblins.
You exterminate the goblins from level 2 of Under, plunder their stuff, getting a fair bit of cash and going a little bit deeper. Do you make it all the way to Skullport?
He wouldn't be interested in going to Skullport. He gets information like what he needs as well from the Aboleth, like that he needs, so he wouldn't have any reason to go there.
All right. Do you go all the way to the Aboleth? It's not much further.
He'd want to meet the person the thing he made the deal with.
Excellent. On the 4th level of Undermountain, you descend into the twisted caverns filled with slime and horrors, dripping moss, Kuatoa fish people who have lost their minds, and the rebels that they are exterminating. The Aboleth calls for some sign of your allegiance, of your loyalty and commitment. What do you do or say or give to prove your loyalty?
Blood pact. He'd cut his hand and offer his blood.
Blood is good. It absorbs all of your memories through your blood, knows everything that you know up until now, and gives you the power that you ask for, investing itself within you. And from then on, you are connected to it. As empowered are you as you are enslaved. All right. We might return to Libra Twit. Any ideas on what might have happened that for whom it's so interesting, significant enough to choose you over 1,000 other people?
I'd say I found another dead paladin,
Ah,
and gave it proper burial. Like took the time.
Brilliant, brilliant. Did the paladin's ghost appear, or did you have some sort of vision or a dream, or did you
Um,
just feel different?
Upon picking up the amulet that was the Paladin's holy symbol, I
Yes,
kind of had a vision.
excellent. So you have a symbol of Bahamut. It's worth 25 gold pieces. It's made of platinum, and you can have that for free. Um, it's you know its history, and it belonged to a paladin called Zion Morven, the son of the founder of Zion Morven Hall. And the time has come now for you to return this symbol to the ancestors of the brave man who once bore it.
All right.
One final thing: pick a forest, or not. It's not actually quite the final thing, but rather pick a forest that borders on a mountain. Any forest, any mountain, and that's where you come from. Where's it going to be?
Hmm. Oh, that one. Yeah, I'll be. I guess I'll be from there too.
All right. No worries. No worries. Perhaps a rival tribe, or perhaps not. Perhaps the same tribe. You guys can. Good point. Good point. Maybe he's your ancestor. Maybe Prophet's your granddaddy.
Oh God.
Oh dear.
I
Oh
choose
dear.
to believe Prophet is a virgin.
Except for that one night.
The
The
one
Prophet gets
night where
pretty
he let
rowdy when he
everything
gets
loose.
drunk. Yeah.
Then he thought never again because he did kill a man.
All right. And this is the final thing. Libro, you being of a fairly high level, you've achieved quite some remarkable things, particularly for a kobold. You've done far more than most people would ever believe that a kobold was capable of. And in fact, you've done far more than most people believe men are capable of. What are some of your adventures? Maybe you'd like to detail one with a bit of detail, or just briefly mention two or three. You decide. But give us a bit of an idea for how your character came across challenge and overcame it.
He came across probably a fledgling wormling black dragon
Beautiful.
and managed to lure it away and finally kill it through more
Oh.
dumb luck than actual ability, but he managed it.
All right. So, how does one get lucky killing a dragon? Does something fall upon it, or what's the process?
The thing got a little too arrogant, and its breath melted away part of the hill behind it, and the rocks fell on top of the dragon.
Absolutely magnificent. And it buried its body, broke its wings. All that was left was its serpentine neck and its head sticking out, begging for mercy. What mercy did you show it?
A quick death.
Honorable enough. And did you make use of the dragon hide?
Um, yeah, he probably took out a dagger and skinned the beast.
All right. You have a black dragon scale cloak worth 500 gold pieces. It grants you resistance to acid.
Sweet, I will totally wear that dashing cloak.
All right. Now, as for you joining the party, that's right, you're delivering the token to Zion Morven.
Hmm.
Beyond worth noting that you've become aware of how much damage the giants have been doing all over the world. The ordning has fallen apart, that's the caste system has been disintegrated. That might mean nothing and you might care even less, but what you can't help caring about is the fact of rampage. Everywhere you go, hill giants are destroying farmsteads and eating the livestock. Fire giants are enslaving everyone they find and dragging them underneath the mountains. Frost giants are just reaving, as if the whole point of reaving was destruction, and neither plunder nor conquest were secondary thoughts. It's a chaotic time and a time that calls for heroes, and you hear talk while you're in Zymorvan Hall of an individual, or rather a group of individuals. Now, so I'll set the scene here, which is where we'll begin. By now, is that your name, Lieber? Is that your character's name?
Librettowit is the name.
Liberowit. So by now, Liberowit and the Scion have both reached Zymorvan Hall from different directions. The Scion from the west and the Kobold from the east. And you both seek the audience of the rather simple location of Zymorvan Hall. So you've got the accommodation here. You're talking to the knight, and he tells you about these heroes that have gone to Silvery Moon and are set to return imminently with his son to complete their quest. So the pair of you meet. The old man is tired, or always tired. He is in his 80s after all. And while he can give you information during his waking hours, he dozes as much as he chats. Do the two of you get to know each other during this time, or does the Aboleth Scion immediately head off and continue on to Everland?
Sorry.
Brady, that's
what
you.
was that one? Sorry, I'm just like busy trying to put in all
Do
my
you
shit.
get to
in my
know
head.
each other, or do you
Yeah.
immediately go?
Yeah, the pair
Um,
of you are more than all. Do you talk to each other and get to know each other?
I reckon they would. Needed someone on the road at some point.
Fair enough. Same.
All right.
This kobold might be connected to the one in the party, so
They come from the same forest, evidently. You discover.
all the more reason for me to be with him.
All right. In that case, we'll switch back to Silvery Moon. And what a beautiful place. We've mentioned the target that we were coming for. Is there anything that we haven't done yet here?
Um,
That's what I was thinking too. Do you have a plan for contacting them?
Yeah,
That's correct. That's correct. They've joined the Argent Legion as a 10 gold piece per day officer. So there's somebody in there, as in they are a somebody. They're a sergeant, a enlisted officer, whatever. Um, Unfortunately, they're also within the confines of the military compound, which poses challenges. One can hardly mosey into such an estate.
mm,
10
Did-
gold.
yeah. What?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Pretty sure that's what we're gonna do because I took the disguise self once we rested.
Okay. You're ready to enact this plan, unless you have some other distraction in the city of distractions. Boobies, I'm distracted.
Oh, jeez. Sorry. You distracted me.
Oh, lost my train of thought there. So,
God. No, we're pretty good. My eye can wait. I'll get that sorted after. Yeah.
sure,
Yeah, we'll
sure.
definitely do that.
Awesome.
Yeah, I'll just go in my normal clothing, and I won't really take anything else with me. I don't really have anything else. Yeah. Doot.
I find it, yeah, absolutely, like a little imp boy.
Oh my goodness, you can be an imp.
Oh boy. And I shall make myself. Uh,
Be a big tiefling.
well, I'm an average-sized tiefling. Thank you very much. But I'm trying to think. Should I try and make it special or just a basic-ass tiefling? I'll. No, I'll make myself just look like a natural, like a civilian tiefling, I guess.
Sure. What color skin?
I'm gonna bet purple.
And got horns?
Yeah. Two curled on either side.
Goatee?
No goatee, pretty
Ha
clean
ha.
shaven.
You're a bit. You reject the classic look. You're one of those independent
Yes, yeah.
individual. You got your own style. Yeah, no worries. Okay. Okay, cool. So the pair of you, because it is just the pair of you, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. The pair of you head down towards the Argent Legion, towards their compound. You find them drilling their soldiers. Um, the front gate has a couple of manned soldiers. There are a few on horseback. I should mention, I really should mention how beautiful Silvery Moon is. It can't be understated what a magnificent city this is, from its coloured cobblestones to its wide variety of trees that are currently in bloom with flowers and fruit, and all the birds and life that attracts. You've got tressums, little winged white cats flying from branch to branch, and the fashions are magnificent. It's the architecture has the beauty of elven design with the permanence of dwarven engineering. It's it's as magnificent a city as can be placed on Earth. You've reached the compound, which itself, of course, is a magnificent building. Marble walls and domed roofs tipped with gold and silver. And there you find the Argent Legion. The soldiers are polite to you when you arrive, but professional.
Um. I'm not sure what tieflings sound like, but I don't know what. Oh, I don't remember what
They sound
tieflings.
evil.
Oh, I meant like what language? Yeah,
Infernal.
infernal. That's what they say. Yeah, thank you.
Common and infernal. They also end all their sentences with "I will steal your soul."
Oh, okay, cool. Good to know.
Or mwahaha.
Waha ha ha ha.
Hello there. My friend, my companion, and I, we've actually come to talk to a certain tiefling ourselves. Um, you see, we're with the Harpers. We need some information on some things you might know about. Official business, I'm afraid.
Oh, hello. Mm, do you have a name for your tiefling? He wipes his nose with a little silk cloth that's a bit runny. Oh, yes, Zara. You'll find Officer Zara in. I believe she's currently active.
Where did you say she was? Sorry.
He points towards the drill yard. There's 100 men with spears being directed by a tiefling that has a spear herself.
Right. Thank you so much. May we? And I like gesture towards the drilling yard.
Oh, of course, sir.
I give a slight, respectful nod, and I bring my little weird thing with me. short little man. Tiefling. Yeah, it's abnormal.
How many weapons are you carrying?
None.
Hmm. In that case, there's no further questions are raised.
I'm the weapon.
Yeah, you walk past another officer who sees you and looks at you, and he looks at the guard, and he looks back at you, and well, as you said, you're unarmed. The worst you can do is fireball someone, and keeps
Yeah.
going. No, they don't know, but that's what he thinks
That's
to
the
himself.
point.
That's his thought. At worst, they're mages. You know, they might bring down a few soldiers, but they're
Ain't
unlikely to
nothing but a thing.
compromise. Ain't nothing but a thing. This is a multi-walled complex. You've breached the outer wall, and you're in the courtyard now, where people are drilling. But you've still got a lot of ways to go before you actually reach truly important people. Lieutenants and sergeants are at this level, but you're not going to find a colonel or a knight out here. So he doesn't think much of it. And it turns out you're not the only visitors here. There is currently a study group going on over there. You see a half-elven tutor who is explaining the history of this particular structure to a bunch of students of about 15 or 16. Most of them are listening. A couple of them are flirting. A few of them are entirely bored. But even they are not alone. It's clear that this place is something of a tourist attraction. And it's quite obvious that the public have a limited reign to come into this establishment and look around and see what a magnificent building it is. Part of the beauty of living in Silvery Moon is having trust in your heart.
Aw.
I know, right?
Makes
You
me
find
happy.
that's right. You find a tiefling. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. It's unlikely that the archmages will ever find out.
Yeah, let's not push our luck.
You reach the tiefling. You find her hard at work, trying to turn boys into men.
Excuse me. And dodge out of the way of a instructing spear. Would you mind? We need to have a chat for like just a moment of your time.
Can't you see that I'm working right now? Look at these green grass. If I don't cut them deeply enough, they'll never grow into men.
Indeed. This won't take a moment, and we did get permission to come to talk to you from those guys over there, but not sure who they are. They didn't seem quite, let's say, uh, spirited as most.
Turtle formation! Then drill! 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 That ought to keep them busy for a few minutes. What can I do for you? Oh, aren't you cute? She strokes the little chin of the tiny tiefling.
He's
It will see through the
I'm sorry. He's quite.
dexterity saving throw.
Ooh,
She's quick.
yeah. I'm gonna add a D4 to that. Just
Go on,
maybe.
you casting a spell?
No, it's just my luck thing.
Ah,
It's just it so happened that they roll higher than they do. That's an extra 4 onto that 6, if it helps.
10 is the DC.
There you go.
And by misses you by a whisker.
I'm terribly sorry, but can he's really gets that quite a lot. He doesn't really like it. We should just keep your hands away from him. He's quite fickle about that sort of thing. Onto matters. My friend here is accompanying me. We're from the. My mind just went blank. We're from the Harpers. We
Oh,
yes. we've come across some information that you might be able to give us some information, but I think we should talk somewhere a bit more privately.
Oh, I think things are just fine. Right here in front of 100 of my soldiers. Thank you very much.
If you say so. Well, we have certain.
Quietly, though.
Of course, if you say so. You see, the Harpers have had some operatives managed to get their eyes and ears inside a certain mage organization. And it's come across our ears that they're in a search of a certain tiefling that has made an escape. Are you sure you want to talk about this here?
As long as you keep your voice down.
That's all right then.
Those men are shouting loudly enough as they do their drills that I think that our conspiracy should remain secret.
Well, as you say. I believe that we're just here to warn you that they are sending people after you. And we'd like to know whatever you know about them and what we can do to stop them. Or at least put some problems in their path.
Well, never mind what I know. It's better that you don't know what I know, because if you don't know what I know, you can feed back information without knowing whether I or not. What do you say? Are you up for a little bit of treachery?
Try and compose myself.
That's a good boy.
I'm so lost.
What I want you to do is simple. Though I'm sure that you already understand, she says to the little one. I want you to make things up. Make up anything. Tell them whatever the hell you want. Tell them I'm dead. Tell them I'm alive. I don't care. Feed them back lies. Make them convincing lies, though. Make them believe that I'm doing. Use your imagination. I'll put it in your hands. Whatever you do, don't tell them what I'm really doing. But you don't know what I'm really doing, do you? I mean, surely there's more to it than this. And she gestures towards the 100 soldiers spearing thin air. What do you say? Is it a deal? Will you lie for me?
Can I? I'm gonna try. Yeah.
Good boy.
I think you're trying to work your way up through the ranks here and eventually get enough manpower to strike back at the once people who wronged you. How does that sound? And I'll use insight to see if it stirs her at all.
Uh huh.
Sorry, just trying to find
Yeah.
it. Where is
No
it?
worries at all.
It always loses. There it is. Oh, 20.
Ah. Well, her honesty becomes apparent. It becomes quite clear to you that her objective here is to send the Arcane Brotherhood on a merry goose chase, the likes of the details of which she just doesn't really care. And as for the revenge, you might be right, but it's probably a very, very long-term plan because she unclips a pair of braces around her arms and pulls forward a wand from her belt, a wand with an electric blue color. And she hands both of them to you, or rather, both of them to the little good boy.
Mm.
And she says to you both, tell them what you want, but tell them lies and make them believe them.
If there's anything we can do, that's probably one of the easiest. So I would think we were in agreement.
Then these are yours. I don't need them anymore. After all, they don't belong to me anyway. Now, it's up to you. You can take them back and give them back to the liches. You can keep them for yourselves and turn traitor. Mm, I no longer care. But I don't want them anymore. They'll only be able to track me down with them anyway.
All right.
Oh, they're around. They're all around. Why, I warrant 2 or 3 of my men in there are have been infiltrated by spies from Luskan. But here, in the beautiful city, we have a way of getting to the bottom of secrets. You leave that up to me. Say, didn't you bring aren't you the people that travel with a mammoth?
Yes, that would be us.
Well, the officers around here, I heard them say last night they'd pay 10,000 gold pieces for that beast, trained as it is.
Hmm. That's quite the sum. Well, I'm sure we can have some talk with our friends and we might consider that. But it is obviously a party decision.
Hmm. And if any of you ever looking to retire, you know there's work going here. 500 gold piece a month, free board and luxury, free board, luxury accommodation. All you got to do is this. And she gestures towards the troopers, and they're doing all the work, not me. Not a
I
bad gig.
kind of laugh, not too loudly, but I laugh. I'm hoping that by the time we're done, we won't need to work another day in our lives.
Hmm.
We get that much plus interest on the daily.
Well, you will have earned it.
Hmm. Well, if you ever need any help, you know exactly who to call.
Hmm. And
Oh,
you know where to find me.
I'm not sure if you've heard. We've changed our name. We're now the Bulwark of the North, not so much Nerd.
I like the new one better.
Me too. Well, keep in contact if you need anything. We've got everything we needed.
A silver light shine your way. All right, you maggots, get back to it. Put your backs into it.
For now, or are we? We might have to
Wasn't it 2 ones in the braces?
one on the braces.
Okay.
You're
was
not
tripping.
wearing armor, so maybe you should take the braces. Because I kind of need this now. I'd take the wand if anything. I kind of spin in my hand and I'll sock it inside my armor. I'll attune to that later.
All right. Are we done in the magnificent city of Silvery Moon, the daughter of Mithranor?
I would like to just get that eye imbued with magic so I can see again. But that's it. That's all I need to do.
Look, the enchanters, they compete for your custom. There are so many enchanters in this city, and they all want to be the one. So it's such a marvel. Has you already received a price for it?
No, not yet. But
Alright.
hearing that there are so many, can I try and use a bit of, bartering / persuasion to, use each other to bring down the price of what it would
Certainly can. So first work out what you want it to do.
I guess to start off with price wise, able to see again would be good. And then if that's a lot, I'll just go with that. But if I can spend more, then I'll see what else they can do for it. Maybe a bit of tremor sense, I don't know, or a little bit of extra night vision, or whatever it can or can't.
So what do we have at the moment in terms of materials? What are you using for your? You've built
It's
it, haven't you?
yeah, it's the glassed not griffin. What are they called? The manticore. It's the
Manticore.
glass manticore eye that's been made to fit my eye, my socket.
Do you know? Does it have a value?
Oh,
No value's been attributed. That's fine if it hasn't.
No,
No,
no
that's-
value's
that's
been
cool.
made for it.
No worries. Okay, so for 500 gold pieces, you can get your site restored. Pretty cheap.
Yeah. What about if I want to add, like motion sensing sort of thing?
Well,
like-
motion sensing's hard to do because you'd have to like work for that. Something like dark vision's obviously quite easy.
Quite easy, yeah.
But so like what is motion sensing?
What about
Advantage on perception checks against moving creatures, something like
Tremor
that.
sense.
yeah, like it's like I'm
Tremor
thinking more
sense,
like
yeah.
tremor sense. So like invisible creatures, you can't see them, but you can kind of get a feel for where they are.
Yeah, so I get maybe you want blind sight, right?
Oh, okay, blind sight, yeah.
That's because that would be like echolocation,
Yeah, that'll
but-
work.
but it would create a kind of visual field that would reveal things that aren't there.
And
Okay, so
even-
500 for normal, 1,000 for dark vision, something like blind sight. They could probably do it for 2,000 gold pieces. Yeah,
Okay.
blind sight 60 feet.
And if I just get vision now, is it something I can do to come back and get it modified later?
Yeah, as long as you come back to the same guy. So
Same guy.
which means coming back to Silvery Moon.
Okay. And that's after I've bartered down as well.
Make a persuasion roll.
Alrighty. Persuasion.
You
23.
get 20% off, which brings it down to 400 gold.
Okay. Can I dip into the party funds?
I am looking at the party funds.
Or I just need 400.
Didn't we
for
just
now.
spend it all basically?
No, I
We
think it was.
spent
the
quite a
bag.
lot.
I
We
looked
have-
recently. It was,
We
yeah.
have 1,400 in the party funds.
I thought we only had like 5,000 something last time, and then we spent that on the bag.
10,000 gold pieces worth of elephant right there.
I can wait. It'd just be better if I can see if we're going on a big quest now, for spell casting and stuff. But I was only gonna do the 400 to see, and then I can use my own money to come back later and get tremor sense, blind sight. Sorry.
Right.
So if it's
Just-
okay with the party, I'd like to borrow 400.
400 from the treasury now.
Yeah.
Oakley dokley.
Alright. Your eye has the secondary quality of being pretty much indestructible. So, yeah, it's.
That won't happen again. Wait
that
for the
eye.
second one.
If
Yeah,
it- if it
can't
ha-
be removed.
If it happens again, it'll only ever happen one more time, and then that's. Yeah.
God, that's terrifying.
I wonder if my pet would like the eye or hate it. No, it's made of one of his eyes. Well, not his eyes, but it's made of one of his kind's eye. So,
No, it's not.
yeah, it is. Manticore eye.
We don't have a manticore.
Oh, we have griffins. Right, sorry.
Silly.
For some reason, I thought we had manticores. Never mind.
We used to. We had
Yeah,
one. Well, I had
yeah.
one. That went somewhere.
Okay, yeah, I socket it in my eye.
We very clearly can't-
It was cold snow actually. Well, we weren't in the blood.
Yeah.
Not yet.
we've
I'll-
had to
I'll
tracking
s-
in blood.
You're a bad kid. I gotta put you down.
Oh, God.
You were totally gonna eat that child if I let you take that child, right? Yeah, yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
What of it, huh?
I'll socket my eye into my face and I'll rejoin the party.
Naruto
I'll
style,
write
just
down
shove that
those
shit in there.
prices as well.
Yeah.
No, it's a Curse of Shroud.
Wild. Does Wild
Yeah,
have
baby.
a large sum of money?
Wild has a very large sum of money. What do you need? What do
The
you
Bank
need
of
from Big Daddy
Wild.
Wild? Come here, baby.
I'd like to dip
I
into
got
the
what you
bank-
need.
Can I dip into the Bank of Wild to purchase?
Oh,
an
come.
enchantment?
What do you need?
I need an enchantment
An enchantment.
on my what is it? On my holy symbol. said, I am unawares of the exact one I wanted. I think I wanted. Let me check. We can come back to it maybe.
We're coming back anyway afterwards, so we can do that then.
Okay. Okay.
Well,
I'll decide.
so you guys aren't doing that anymore?
Do it later
Okay.
because I still got to figure out exactly what I want.
Well, Arctic, one more thing while we're in Silvery Moon.
Mhm.
Everything we sell is at a quarter price. Given our fame and our rep, is there any way to increase it to like half price? Or get like
He
a
wants to become a
certificate?
merchant. He wants to
There
try to become a
absolutely
Yeah.
is. Yeah, there absolutely is, and it's funny because I was really like, while you're talking about exactly that. So it's I'll break it down in simple terms. It comes down to the buyer. So if you're selling at vendor prices, i.e. 1/4 of what you'd normally pay, you're just going up to the nearest vendor and getting rid of it. And it's very simple. So the problem comes from finding a buyer. Now, having a good reputation is a very useful thing. You still, however, need a buyer. So you need to be in a big place with lots of money, with lots of people looking for exactly what you want. OMG, we're in Silvery Moon, you know? And so if you've got a magic book, that's going to sell like hotcakes. A magic sword, probably the same thing. In fact, you might even have, and here's something to think about. You might even have old relics belonging to an ancient dwarven civilization that are pretty much worthless. A silver helmet that's worth 25 gold pieces. But if you find the Dwarven Museum of Ancient Warfare, then you might be able to sell it for 10 times that amount. Because if you're able to prove or convince them that it's real, that it's authentic. So it's a bit of a challenge, but absolutely. If you can think of individual things, maybe you've got a +1 longsword. Well, I'm only going to get 500 gold pieces going to the vendor. What can I do with this? I don't know. Maybe I'll to the temple of the war god Tempest, or maybe I'll take it to find a knight in the street, or just some really rich old fat bastard and try to convince him that I killed a dragon with it. Yeah, the choice is yours, but the option is definitely there.
Fuck yeah, sweet.
Can I try to sell the saloon tier rock and the
Oh.
saloon tier water?
Where do you take it?
I assume there's probably a temple of saloon here.
There absolutely is. Now, I do believe that there was something that specifically happened if you took this saloon stuff to Saloon Temple, but now I'm going to have to find the reference, and that's going to be hard. Where did you get it from? Or did you get it from the Mithril Hall quest
No,
into the
when we were on
Moonwood?
the tier from
On-
when we went through.
Yeah. It's from the
Oh.
Mithril Hall quest where we went into the Moonwood.
Yeah. Look,
Remember.
Some of us took some stuff back. Can I have gone with him? Because I also have a rock that I had no idea what to do with.
Yeah, absolutely. And you have the value items, right?
No,
Uh,
I just
no,
I
we
just
just
put these in
grabbed a
my-
little bit.
yeah,
Yeah, we just
Oh,
like
so they've never been valued?
no.
no.
Okay, cool. In that case, I'm going to have to, or you're going to have to tell me exactly what they are. Okay, so you go to the Temple of Saloon, one of the most magnificent temples to one of the most magnificent goddesses in all of the realms. It's all marble and pools of water reflecting up onto the roof, which is made of silver, like a great big mirror. Huge statues of beautiful women, truly magnificent women in their maturity, mostly. Women of a mothering age. And the priestesses are likewise beautiful. They outnumber the priests 5 or 10 to 1. It's a hall of feminine mysticism and power and majesty. And when you get your audience with the high priestess and the Theophant and her various acolytes, 5th, 6th, 7th level priestesses, they grant you an audience because they believe you when you tell them that you went to the moon and they want to. Do you still have the painting?
The painting, I made a duplicate in or I have the painting. I'm pretty sure I let them copy it, or I copied it in the Vault of Sages.
They want to see it. In fact, they want one of their own.
Oh, cool. Sure, I'll paint them one.
All right, and then they want you to paint what it looked like to be on the moon. They want to paint the moonscape.
The moonscape.
Oh yeah.
All right.
500 gold pieces. It's gonna. We know it's gonna take you 1,000 gold pieces. It's gonna take you 10 days. We want you to put a lot of effort in. 1,000 gold pieces if you'll take 10 days painting us a moonscape.
Sure.
All right, done. Now we get down to business. What have you got for us?
So we have this tear dust, purple grass, silver swan feather, small. Yeah, I have a
Magnificent.
vial of water, I have a rock, and I have a swan feather as well.
And they're
I
all
have a rock.
genuine.
A stone. Yeah. What was the moon? What was the tier called that we were on? Do we remember?
Oh fuck.
I think it might be.
Something.
Raskan would always also be there selling his stuff.
Everyone's here selling the stuff.
Cool. Now I have a very
It's
blurry picture.
Illyria.
Illyria. She probably only needs one of each item, but she'll give you 100 gold pieces for each, just for a single feather, for example, or for the vial of tear water. So she'll give you 100 gold pieces for each item, or 1,000 gold pieces for everything you've got.
For everything we've got.
That sounds like the best option, doesn't it?
I think I
Depending
got like
on how much
5
we have.
pounds of tear dust, 2 pounds of purple grass.
And that, if we're talking pounds, I didn't know if you got that much.
Yeah, I took a bit. Yeah.
Absolutely, all of them. Yeah, that's the whole point. A potion of invisibility, a potion of levitation, a potion of detect magic. The moon is such a versatile symbol, right? But it's a symbol of light and of magic and of mysticism and of feminine power. So if you can somehow associate your magic with the moon, then it'll work. Obviously, a scroll or a potion of moonbeam, obviously, but you can go much more obscure. Yeah, if you can think of a way to relate to the moon, then you can probably fashion it out of these items. So they're very versatile.
A lot of water magic. Does anyone want to sell them, or I kind of want to keep hold of the feather at least?
I mean, I only have a rock, so I'll sell it for 100 gold.
Yeah,
I'll just-
excellent.
Yeah, I'll just sell all my stuff for 1,000. Saves fucking around with the pounds and shit.
Yeah, sure. You have a lot more than she realized, and they actually give you twice as much. They give you 2,000.
Oh,
Cool.
cool. All right.
I'll give him the rock, my rock, and the vial of water.
At this point, they're no longer valuable so much of the stuff, but they give you 100 for each of them nonetheless. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah, fantastic. All right, you're wealthy again. And by this time, Roz has managed to introduce him to a great the craftsmen of the city. They admire his weapon with with envy. But then again, Mirabar does have some of the greatest smiths, and Ironmaster, perhaps even better smiths. So so they're very impressed.
Sweet.
All right. We are now famous in Silvery Moon, the grand city of song. There is lots of theatre performances and musical shows, street theatre, all sorts of things happen in the festival city of Silvery Moon. So you don't get a lot of sleep, and you probably are drawn into the festivities, and have a bit of a drink and a dance. But the night passes with the sterling moon above. You've got a prisoner, right?
I do indeed.
Oh.
Right.
If he tried to run, I would have manacled his ass. But if not, then I'm just keeping an eye on him.
All right. He's merely thinking about running at this stage.
Oh, I hope he does. I'll take off like a bullet after his ass.
Perfect. He behaves for now.
Raskan will be up before everyone, and he will. Well, now there's fucking alarms on all the walls. It's kind of hard to sneak in and place things, but for the sake of this, I'm just gonna say it. Ah, that's fair. Yes. He goes into everyone's living quarters and drops a present, a gift to everyone, and a note with profit, and a fat sack of gold along with gold. And if you want, I can explain what all the items are for everyone. Oh, I had to explain it either way, so I'll start with the top. I gave Roz. All that dark wood we got. I hand carved some stuff to suit the people. So Roz, I got like a Pez dispenser with like an elephant head I carved, and I got it enchanted to poop out a bead of nourishment. And I'll send that right now.
Wow.
This is why kobolds are the best.
That's okay. Now that is a link. Looks really weird.
Is it a link? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
wow.
link.
Beds of rubbish.
Aradel. I carved like a wooden candle, almost. Like obviously you don't burn it, 'cause it's kind of a silly idea. But it acts as an instrument of scribing.
Yes.
For wild, I got you a clasp for your cloak, and instead of having to wear a cloak of billowing, it attaches to your cloak and is now a clasp of billowing, so you can billow your cloak in
My
majestic lion
dope
fashion.
ass white fucking winter
Leopard.
wolf cloak.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And he also dropped you a fat sack of 1,000 gold to consider the debt paid.
Oh, thank you. It was 955, so you went out of your way for that. Thank you.
Luro, who's not here, but I got her a tiny
Luro.
carved bird that functions as a wand of bird calls. A staff of bird calls. Nap. I like this one the most. A tiny carved wooden key with a little question mark on it acts as a mystery key. Has a 5% chance of unlocking anything. But after it unlocks something, it breaks.
Interesting.
Now profits. Alright. Paste that so it's easier. And then huh. There we go. You flip a coin in the morning, and it either functions as a wand of scowls or a wand of smiles.
Best wand in the game.
And Jaraxxus I left a clasp of many fashions, so you can like attach it to your cloak and then use it as a cloak of many fashions.
Okay, cool.
And that's everything. I didn't know having new players, so sorry, but hey.
It's fine. I get no. It's totally cool.
You get it. I get it. You hate me. No.
It's just racism to a kobold.
Yeah.
Fuck kobolds.
All right, and he leaves a little note for profit, but I haven't gotten rid of it up yet. So yeah, and he heads to the Ice Mountain.
And he's gone. He's gone. That's the end. That's the last you see of him.
feels bad.
Hmm.
Dawn comes, and you are lighter by one dragonborn.
Sick of carrying him.
We are.
Probably not.
The note pretty much would consist of how he needs to find his own path, kind of thing, and following blindly a kobold across the north just wasn't doing it for him. He didn't feel like he was leading. Feel like he was being led. Yeah, he said there was plans to come back. He just needs to do what he needs to do.
Needs a bit of me time. Need to discover myself.
Yeah.
Just it's not. We're not getting a divorce. Just think of it as think of the time to grow.
A whole pass. Took me a very long time to fucking find those items too. It is too
Those-
hard to decide.
A lot of items.
You picked a good one for wild.
Good, eh?
Hell yeah. And the class of billowing's pretty good too.
The gold was the real magic item.
The real magic is riches.
But the real
Oh,
magic
you
was
definitely
friendship.
should have.
Well, we thought that too, but we've now learned that.
We've learned riches by more.
Riches are the
loyalty.
real friendship here.
Perhaps the
Oh, the-
friends, perhaps the real friends we made along the way was the money.
That's what Wild's been saying all along.
What happens if I make my cloak look transparent?
You are nudie Rudy.
Well, it's a cloak, so like I'll be warm, but I'll be look like I'm not wearing a thing. I'll just be normal clothing. That'll be
Oh
hilarious.
my god.
It looks
Cloak
sheer.
of invisibility.
Take that.
Only the cloak goes invisible.
I
You should-
feel like it doesn't work like that.
that would you should take that to Thailand. That would people would love that. Anyway. So here we are in the Silvery Moon. We have prisoner. What do we do with this vagabond captive?
Alright, guys, we need to head on back to Zymorvan Hall.
Oh, with this fellow?
Yeah, this is the son. I found him last night and I got the sword.
Alright.
It's from the same place I got that bag that I gave you.
Wait, you had the sword?
Yeah, I've got the sword.
Oh, alright. Well, yeah. Let's go ahead.
Alright. So you travel along towards Zymorvan Hall, and after a couple of days' journey, I think it's about 2 days' journey, the keep and the little rustic village that surrounds it comes into view. The peasants recognize you immediately. The children run out to greet you, and a little girl shows the party her recently made dolls by her grandmother. One is a golden lion, and the other is a very shaggy elephant man.
Aww.
Elephant man.
Wow.
Man with elephant hands.
that hits Roz really hard because his daughter would have given him something very similar.
Except she's dead.
Oh, jeez.
No, I'm joking.
Killed by his own
Wow.
hand.
You had to go there, didn't you?
I didn't know this party did psychic damage to each other.
Constantly.
He gets it.
I'll lean down. I'll give her a gold piece. A little gold piece. I'll be
Oh,
nice.
wow. She takes the gold piece and then takes her doll, goes and plays with them.
I thought Why was trying to buy them off her.
No. Why would I buy? What? No.
I don't know.
I was just being nice because that's cute as hell. Wild has a soft spot.
Her she gives the gold coin to to her golden doll. And as she's walking away, you hear her say, "No, Elephant Man, the gold belongs to me."
Good.
Anyway. Guess
So-
we head on into the keep.
And you find yourselves at the table having a meager dinner of local fish with some bread and a bit of mustard imported from the east, and not much else. It's a pretty simple meal, but you're dining with a pair of strangers, one of which is a kobold. Uh,
Prophet.
No,
Is-
no. So where did you say that you were from? The kobold. Somewhere to the east. Oh, that's the question is directed towards Liba.
Oh, sorry. I thought it was. I
Libretto.
didn't realize it got back to me.
Yeah, no, we're back in the hall. We're at a dinner table. We're all sitting around having a nice, meager dinner. And he turns to you and asks you where you're from. Where did you say you were from?
Arn Forest?
Oh, anyone ever heard of the art?
Wait, wait, Libra, it's them. Oh, and I run up and I introduce myself. I'm Livy Oregano.
With the weather update?
Yeah.
God damn it.
First name Livy, second name Oregano.
That's spicy.
Live your
I've been following you around since I got on your trail at Triber. I've been meaning to. I'm writing a piece of paper for you. I'm writing the newspaper for you. You're gonna be on the front page. You're gonna get the most publicity anyone's ever seen.
from Tribal.
Well, I'm from Waterdeep. I'm in with one of the newspaper articles there, but I've been following you since Tribal. It's been terrible to follow you from past the Evermalls. It's been quite a run.
How the hell did you get up north by yourself?
Tricks.
That must have been a harsh climb up that mountain. Or through the mountains.
Well, I have my ways.
By the way, oh wait, no, don't worry. I'll take your photo.
You notice a new kobold is wearing a magnificent cloak of dragon skin.
Libretto will introduce himself and goes, I am Librettoit, the great and mighty dragon slayer.
I put my fingers in my ears.
Alright, I won't do the voice. I won't do the voice then.
That's alright.
No, but no,
You-
by all
yeah.
means.
He
Please
wasn't
do.
taking a pun at you, he was in game taking a pun at your character.
Oh, okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
Um,
The one in Arn Forest. I don't know.
And they will be your clan.
Yes, that is my clan.
The boys, there's only 4 of you, so you're looking.
That is my clan. Don't recognize you.
Yeah, you've heard that legend. Everyone hated him, according to the successor.
This guy sucked.
They
That's
said you
right.
smelled funny.
I was really good,
So
and
they
he was
kicked
really
you
good.
out.
Exactly. You've heard it all before.
So I kind of give him the side eye.
Ah.
Ah. Fair enough. I'll notice that and kind of puff out my holy symbol a little bit.
Are we like a Bahamut magnet?
What is going on in this party anymore?
Well, would you guys mind if I like trace your steps and just was
Yeah, we
with
went to
you?
Silvery Moon next. See you later.
Zentarum spy anyone?
Yeah. Did you happen upon the Zentarum on the way through?
Oh, they were easy. Just a bit of invisibility, walk around, they're fine.
Do you go invisible when you sleep? How do you sleep out in the wild?
I trick. How much time did I spend there? Oh.
Yeah.
How much time did you guys? Or like, were you asking like as? Oh, me. Okay. I wouldn't have stayed long. I would have found a place, duck low, and went from there. I'm good at getting into places.
What was the question?
Did I see the tavern keep on the way down?
Well, you came after these guys, so by the time you'd gotten there, the Zentarum were already fully in control because you arrived up. So this tavern keep thing is you can decide whether you know the story or not. I'm not sure if you know it as a player, but if not, then I'll let someone else explain it.
No, I didn't see any tavern owner on my way up.
Huh. Definitely. Ticking all the Zentarum boxes, you reckon?
This guy really is Zentarum. You want to follow us around? Is that right?
Yeah, I want to write a piece on you. Front page of Waterdeep Times. You won't have any higher honor.
Yeah,
Our
you do realise that we kill giants all the time and we're in fighting battles all the
yep,
time.
I've heard all about it. I've been in Undermountain, conquered a few levels myself. So
Hmm.
That's nothing to sniff at, Rosa. It sounds like he can handle himself.
Alright.
Can hang around, I guess.
What's so good about walking underneath a mountain?
You should try it yourself if you've never been there.
Don't know what that is.
It's like a giant dungeon. If you go there alone, you're pretty much asking just to die.
There are
It's a
easy ways
labyrinth.
to ask to die.
yeah, so if you need your way into a special like wealthy area in Silvermoon, let me know. Noble of Waterdeep should be able to get in anywhere.
That's pretty high talk, I guess. You're a noble, yet you do the newspaper.
It's just what our family's done for generations.
Noble newspaper.
You notice he's like a tall halfling, like a bit taller than most halflings would be.
He's Jarl Axel in disguise.
Yeah, it's a one of those broadsheets that's well established. You know, it's a It kind of prints what the nobles wanted to print, one of those old money type newspapers. It's good. It's good quality journalism. It's just has a bit of a pro noble, pro guild bias. That's all.
That was pretty nice.
Perfect.
Yeah, they're doing fine. Like, fucking, they're always doing fine, as far as I know.
What's your deal, motherfucker?
Prophet, I thought we talked about your social skills.
Roz would have
All right.
Roz
Roberto
would have looked
goes,
Red
I
Oak.
will come to protect you.
Yeah, so Roz will spend 1 minute just observing Libretto, and then seeing that he actually has class levels. 'Cause I think you can.
Yeah,
That's
total
awesome,
class
yeah.
levels. Yeah.
Bit of a surprise, like, oh, I got a feeling this little one can actually hold his own.
I kill dragons.
Yeah, it seems he can hold a lot more than just a few things.
How many
Did
dragons-
you? Were you in an adventuring party when you killed the old
Nope.
knight?
All by myself.
Oh,
yeah.
we got another goal on our hands. boss.
Insight check.
Yeah. Yeah, you look at the size of the skin, and admittedly, it's not huge, but it's still sizable. It's as big as a horse. It's a full sized, very young adult dragon, and the guy either did kill it himself or he thinks he killed it himself, and in either case, he wears the skin.
Ah. Yeah, he's totally in on the wild. No, he's not like wild at all. This one might be different. What's your name again? And Roz will do the good old, big old handshake where you clasp.
You like clasp half his body there.
I just see Libretto wet just like being shook in the air by the handshake.
That's it.
Roz Weektron, nice to meet ya.
That's a
Ooh.
good question. I actually didn't come up with a height.
All right, roll.
Hold on.
So now he's taller.
Roll 2d6.
Well, then I'll roll a d12 to see how many inches.
That works.
Oh, 210. Eat it.
His horns are bigger than yours.
That's right. Mine's bigger.
Wow. Now that kobold measuring contest is over.
Then I guess it's just what I came here to do.
Yeah.
I see you brought my son. Humiliated are you, boy? He doesn't say anything.
Speak when your father speaks to you.
Yes, father, I am suitably humiliated. I was seduced by a woman, and she led me astray with her wiles, and I come back to you humbled now, having, I'm swearing never to love another woman again.
Can I insight that?
You can. Well, yeah. So either you can say it out loud if you prefer, or if you say it out of character, up to you. Prophet, why do you think it's a lie? That's right. Exactly. Like, yeah, that's certainly how I see it. You know, like the guy's all like, "Whoa, he's a Thay," and astray with her harlot ways. Fucking bullshit. You're a thief. You didn't tell her you're a thief. And when she found out, she kicked you out of her legitimate business in which she's trying to establish a home in. That's my interpretation. I'm not a thief. I merely took my inheritance. You went and took the property. But we have been brought back now, and I forgive you for your ills.
What was the woman's name again? I can't remember if I put it down. Hold on a second.
I
Oh,
have it
Rana.
here.
But Rana does not forgive you yet. You still have that debt with her.
I
Oh,
don't remember what the gold piece value was, but
4,000.
4,000.
and what of this debt, then? Father, I will find a way to pay it back. How? Our lands are not productive. Will you wait until I die and then raise taxes? Or will you sell property or the family jewels? Perhaps you'll sell the whole dang keep to the Zentarum. Earn this money, boy. Here's my son, and the keep must be given over to someone. Father, the keep is barely worth 5,000 gold. It is worth its value in stone, yes, but it will never be a trade station again. It will. We get little few visitors here. The lands are unproductive, and we spend more on defense than any city nearby. And we're but a village. You've got to see, Father, that this establishment cannot last. It. We must make our future elsewhere. Then, my son, how much do you think this property is worth? 5,000 gold? 10,000, perhaps, to a fool? And he turns to the party. 10,000 gold, my boy says. Who am I to stand in his way? He will sell it from underneath me as soon as I am available. Perhaps then I should try to get as good price as I can. If you can make it 12,000, the property is yours and all of its holding. Father, you have spoken, my boy, and now I have spoken as well. 12,000 gold pieces. Ladies and gentlemen, these lands, the keep, indeed the people, as far as is legal, are yours. These feudal estates, bordering on the ever dangerous evermore, hardly scenic, hardly new, but it can be yours for 12,000 gold, enough to buy me a small property in Silvery Moon. Let me wait out my years.
I'm afraid I don't think we have that much.
Well, I'm not dead yet, and my castle is not going anywhere. Come back if you have a mind. All right.
And I would present the sword, which I have not attuned to.
He takes it, and he asks you to kneel.
I do.
Gonna cut your head off.
Now I'm proposing. Old man, marry me.
Now time
Beastmen,
to
fairies, and her elaboration, and he chops your head off.
Thanks for the sword, bitch.
Oh, fuck.
With you kneeling before him, he bestows the blade on one shoulder, on the next. I now ask you to take the 3 oaths. The oath of the Elven Crown to protect the land, and he places the sword on the other shoulder. The oath of the Dwarven Crown to protect the traditions, and back on the left shoulder. And the oath of the Human Crown to protect the community. Do you agree to the end of your days to honor the 3 oaths of the 3 kings of Felorm?
I swear.
Right then. So Wild Gold.
Stand up.
And he grants you back the blade that you might honor the order of the Knights of 3 Crowns and bring glory to their name in these, the twilight years of their reign.
I accept the sword and the oath. So what am I now? I'm a knight of what is it?
3
The
crowns.
Knight of the 3 Crowns.
Knight of the 3 Crowns.
These are your 3 oaths. Felorm was an old kingdom. It had 3 kings at one time, an elven king, a dwarven king, and a human king. And together they brought peace to the land until the orcs ruined everything.
Damn orcs.
I'll stab him in the kneecaps.
That's fair, very fair.
All right.
Dinner passes. It's meager but wholesome, and just like the company, right? Yeah,
Meager and wholesome.
that's There is. And if there's anything you wish to be doing in Zymorvan Hall, you can. Otherwise, we return along the temporarily safe roads back to Silvery Moon and then on to Evelyn.
I'd like to attune to the sword still in Zymorvan Hall.
No problems. It accepts you. Have you received that blade yet as a picture or anything? Let's see if it's here.
No,
You
not
don't
yet.
have a picture.
Didn't think so. That might be it. No, it's a giant slayer though, isn't it?
The Giant Slayer.
Oh, that's right. That's not what I was looking for. Yeah, Giant Slayer. Here we go. Here we have it. This one is a picture of an axe, but it's not an axe.
What the fuck?
Look how metal that thing looks.
Like
Holy.
something out of Monster Hunter.
Hell yeah. Is it also sentient? Because Waith is sentient.
It doesn't have any indication of it, but it still might be.
Okay.
Oof.
Giant Slayer. Is an actual item called Giant Slayer.
Yeah,
Can you
Giant
see
Slayer's
that?
like flame tongue.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can be added to any
Yeah.
weapon.
There
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah. All right. We have no dangers on the road between Evelyn, Zymorvan Hall, and Silvery Moon. And is there anything in Silvery Moon that you're after?
I would like to what is it? enchant my star metal and glowing symbol.
No worries. Those prices, by the way, are discount magic items available from the Red Wizard.
Bag of holy boots of elven kind, one of magic missiles, and a shield. Pretty expensive wand.
All right. So enchanting. Has a price been given for the enchantment yet?
I have not asked for the enchantment yet.
All right. What are you trying to get done?
I might go. Oh,
Can I introduce him to who I had so I can get him cheaper?
Absolutely.
Introducing. I might try for the. Where'd it go? Where'd it go? I had it just a second ago. The Gem of Brilliance or the Gem of Seeing, one of the two. Probably Gem of Brilliance. Brightness, sorry. Gem of Brightness. I can link it if you wish. From
I'm gonna just light blindness in a cone. Doesn't all chat.
a scroll. I can go get it for you from the what's it called? From the library. I think I have a 10 or 20% discount. I can't remember from the
Cool.
from Sage.
I was answering a bit of a question there, so I didn't catch that if it's directed to me. But I'll start by answering a question here in the chat. If you want to turn your Dragon Scale cloak into a cloak of protection, I won't go too deeply into the math, but it will be valued at 2,000 gold pieces when it's done. You'll need 500 gold pieces worth of materials and 500 gold pieces worth of gold or gems. Now, you've already got the materials because you've got a cloak worth 500 gold pieces. So there's your 500 gold pieces of material already covered. To turn it into a cloak of protection, you'll need another 500 gold pieces in cash, either jewels or gems, and they essentially disappear during the alchemical process.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So you couldn't turn it into a cloak of displacement, for example, because the cloak of displacement is worth 8,000 gold. You'd need a much more valuable cloak to begin with. Your raw material cloak wouldn't be enough unless you wove it with some gold thread or put some turquoise jewels or otherwise enhanced it. But that's probably more information than you need. The Gem of Brightness, let's see, I looked at it before, turns people blind. 50 charges, doesn't work always. 4,000 gold pieces market value. Have you got 1,000 gold pieces worth of gems?
We have a diamond, but I'm using an IL. I'm using that glowing. I already have a glowing gem embedded in the holy symbol currently.
Yeah, sure. It's a pretty special little gem, and as you say, it glows, which is appropriate. So, so it's thematically within the scope. That's perfect. What I say, valued at 4,000 market, you'd need
It's also made of star metal as well. The rest of the symbol, ivory and star metal.
cool, even better. So that adds to the material cost. Taking care of all of that, you'll need 1,000 gold pieces for the alchemical process.
Cool.
He won't be able to lower it any below that though, because that's pretty much cost price.
Okay.
1,000. Cool. Would I be able to borrow from gold? Gold.
No. Yeah.
1,000.
All right.
Thank you very much.
And we never discussed selling Luro. 10,000 gold they're willing to offer you.
Falero.
Mm.
Hell yeah, let's sell a
That's-
PC.
that
Sell a
is-
person.
That's against slavery here.
Whoops.
Later, Jack.
My mistake. Muro.
Muro.
Selling Muro for
Yeah.
10,000 gold.
It's a lot of money.
Well,
I don't think it's worth it.
I quite like Muro. He's a nice beast. He's quite, tamed and gentle for how
But
big he
we
is.
could buy Zymorvan Hall.
I don't really want Zymorvan Hall.
That town is a dump.
That's a bit rude.
I mean, not that I was sneaking around more than I should have, but there's like holes everywhere. It's gonna cost a lot to renovate.
He's drawing off in the woods. Yeah, that's right.
I see you.
Oh yeah. So are you fronting the cost there, Tyler?
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you very much. Does that take some time to get done? Arctic?
For the gem? Oh, yeah. And you'd be busy looking at tourist attractions or visiting the brothels for that bit of time.
Oh, neat.
Two different types of tourists there, right? But anyway.
Yeah. Big axe.
It was almost a good test roll, but it rolled some low numbers.
Hmm.
Make a little toggle on and off for against giants, maybe, or just right against giants.
Still,
in the,
How do I
22
do that?
damage for low numbers is
Yeah, for a 1 and a 2, another 1.
So
There was
in the
2
s-
ones.
There was
and a
also
2
like 2 6s.
Yeah.
So just put slashing in the first type damage type, and for the second damage type, where just right against giants or something,
That's a good way to do it, yeah.
or bonus against giants, one of the two.
Versus giants.
Yeah, I just put verse giant. Let's try it again. Slashing
go.
verse giant.
Coolio.
Like-
And yeah, I have a gem of brightness, and now I can, well, when I get the ability to, I can cast scrying,
nice.
because I'm pretty sure my was it my focus had to be at least worth 1,000 gold pieces, which is a pain in the ass, but it can get done. Yeah. Are you paying for it? Arctic. I had some sort of discount when I went to the Volta Sages for the, was it like?
Oh
10%,
yeah,
I think it was, or 10 to 20.
There's-
One of the
yeah,
two.
you can get good discounts. 25%.
There you go. 25% off. Was it 150 for you profit? Hey, I'll write that down in my inventory. 20% off coupon.
25.
Yeah, the cheapest scrolls and potions anywhere on the in Faerun essentially, Silvery Moon. They a lot of merchants buy scrolls in bulk here and books, and they distribute it everywhere. Silvery Moon has a lot of things, a lot of trade goods, but scrolls are one of the big ones.
We have to expand the pyramid. Hey, whoa, you're overstepping your bounds there, mate. Whoa-hee.
What happened?
Here, I'll take it out of the
over.
middle. There we
Top.
go. This is where he is now.
Yeah,
He's
kill him
low.
off. He's gone.
He's not
Died
dead.
in the
He's...
woods.
Whoa. He's dead?
He's dead
Tragic.
He's
forever.
ascended. Become a god. Let's make a cleric of that. Make a new cleric.
Cleric of Raskan.
Cleric of Raskan.
Just a powerless peasant.
Rough.
Yeah, geez.
What? He's not a god. He's well, you can't grant power. He's the one that
Maybe
has
that's what he's planning on doing.
could be ascending.
He's
to
gonna take
godhood.
Bahamut's mantle.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Does anyone go to the bars tonight since we've got a night off?
I go to the
Sure.
Vault of Sages.
Yeah, Roz would, for sure.
Hell yeah, Roz and Wild.
Roz is trying to get his foot into the door of every merchant he sees. He wants to buy him a drink, just give him a chat.
Oh,
You
that's
know?
him. That's him. And they point towards you, Roz. And oh, that's him, all right. Yes. Oh, that's all of them. A bit of a street party begins to gather around you guys. There are trumpeters and people with lyres and harps and dancers and basically they're reading back to you your own story and getting you to correct them where they're wrong and so on. And Silvery Moon is a place of festivals. The fun never stops for those who can afford it, at least. There are gardens and parks, botanic gardens, and beautiful elven architecture. Silver and marble is everywhere. The place is magnificent. The climate is mild. Um, it is very safe because there is some pretty extreme wizards that are keeping an eye on making sure the place stays free of crime and of evil. And a party has gathered around you, a great big party, and you're celebrated as the ordained heroes you are. The party migrates to the shores of the rivers. The bards want you to tell them every bit of the story from the horse's mouth. And they even bring Muro along, and he plays wind section. He's trumpeting our mammoth is a bard.
Wild will be sure to correct their stories.
No. 200 winter wolves and 50 giants.
I'll be annoying Prophet and asking him questions about the whole trip. I got to start somewhere, so. I mean, details. That's what I love. And yeah. And you hear this like a quill on paper noise, but you don't know where it's coming from.
It's your brain, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, for Arctic, it's a closet that's invisible, writing for me. He's taking all my notes. But I guess it's just a perception check from you.
Yeah, I guess that's yeah.
Could you chuck us a token for that, Arctic?
No, it's
Hey?
not day. Yeah, I'll yeah, sorry, yeah.
D20 plus 5.
But I think he gets advantage because he's invisible.
Ah,
or
yes,
something.
invisible, yes. You see like a quill. No, he's on like my shoulder, and he like drops his quill, and the quill becomes not invisible anymore after it leaves, and you just see a quill drop from my shoulder.
And he's a closet, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. I'll give him his stats.
What's a closet?
It's
Slice it in half.
yeah, jeez, fuck. I'm like, oh, whoa, it's okay. It's alright. That's just Weather doing his job, taking the report.
Last name update.
Yeah, you see a little closet. I'll get a picture in Discord.
Yeah, he's still flying around for his lover.
this is what they are. You ready? You just get to the.
That is
Yeah,
hideous.
that's like you translate it with no problem.
Oh, I thought you were saying closet.
There's a closet just chilling on my shoulder.
Yeah, I thought you said closet as well.
At first I thought, but then I heard closet afterwards. That thing is ugly.
Fucking disgusting, isn't
I love it.
it? Well, it's just like a long. Oh. Oh well, I'm more of. Oh, as long as I cause things to explode for reasons. Oh, it's a low blow. I've heard about his magic. He's like, does he have no control, or I've heard things happen. I
You're telling
mean,
this
could
all to the... Sorry.
I'm yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, have you thought that maybe he's not a wizard? It could be something hereditary. Maybe that's just for the sake of. No, I shouldn't say this. Anyway, you keep doing your spell. I'll keep doing what I need to do, and I'll leave and go find someone else to interview. Before I insult the little one.
Oh no,
All
that
right.
won't work. Never mind.
So there's a party going on. You're welcome if you want, or you can merely enjoy the night away and wake up tomorrow with a headache. It's up to you. So what do we do? How eager are we to finally get to Everland?
So excited.
Yeah.
I'm keen to go find my one-eyed orc. Is it one-eyed orc?
Oh yeah. Well, I was looking up that
Find
guy.
Danavar's house. Danavar, the one-eyed half-orc.
Right.
Give the badge to
Let's
Deal
see.
Thelev.
Oh yeah, you give the badge to Dral Telev, the one-eyed fork of Danavar's house in Everland. All right, let's go then, shall we?
Decided.
The journey between Silverine and Everland is as uneventful as any that you've taken so far on your quest. But maybe, yeah, of course. Halaraxis is cool now. He's a lot less stressed. He's chilled out. He's gotten himself a little magic tattoo. He can now cast shield once per long rest because he got a magic tattoo. To him and his girlfriend, they got matching magic tattoos to pledge their eternal love and protection for each other.
Where did they get the gold?
They stole it.
Oh god.
But he's ready to move on. He tells his woman that he's got to go and save the world, and that she's not allowed to find anyone else in the meantime. But he tells you all of this.
Immediately
You never,
find someone else.
exactly. You never actually get to meet this supposed woman, the supposed female, and there's probably a little bit within you with one. He's talking shit and he's made it all up, and he probably spent his whole time in Silvery Moon getting drunk and crying about being so lonely. But That's not what he tells you. All right. Sorry, was that? I didn't catch all of it. Absolutely. Yeah. Go ahead. He is indiscernible. You're sure that he got up to something, but you're not sure exactly what. He does have the tattoo, though. That's real, at least. It has a Thayan style to it. We don't need another kobold, he tells you. You're the
Rude.
party kobold. He's just whispering in your ears. You're the party kobold. He's oh. Hmm. And he spends a lot of time with you with Libra from now on. Probably spends more time with Libra than he does with the Prophet. He's also funnier than you.
Ouch.
And not just in looks either.
Afraid so. You've got character. You've got your face has character. It's not pretty.
That's a very nice way of saying you're ugly.
Yes. He knows Fireball, all right. It's a disgruntled first level druid comes out and scolds you.
Fireball him.
Good idea.
Funny prank.
Didn't mean to interrupt that with my message to Thwip, but yeah, I'm pretty sure 25 words is right, isn't it?
Yeah, 25 words.
Yeah, that's exactly 25 words there.
Hilarious. Thwip replies, "Lost your eye. Hilarious. Glad to see you are finally going to reach your destination. Hope Harshnag is not angry. Better hurry. Giants aren't patient."
Yeah. Cool. I'd tell everyone we should probably hurry.
I'll examine the patches. I will
It's a
take
moth.
the I will take the egg sandwich and I will eat it.
How old is the egg sandwich? Let's assume it's edible. You just peeled it off, right?
I mean,
Right.
I'm disease, so bring it. I will totally eat it.
It's delicious, actually. It's got a little bit of pepper and a little bit of salt.
And I'll go again.
That's the kobolds we know.
For the
I mean,
ride.
all right.
Roll the dice for it.
Yeah, we'll go for that.
Let's roll like a D10 or something, I guess.
Come on,
Yeah.
Goose.
Goose, I'm hoping Goose. A 10. What's the 10th list?
The bottom one, so the moths, I think. Oh.
Oh,
Sweet.
wash down that egg sandwich.
Yeah, there you go.
Mmm, tasty.
Bottoms up.
And for the trek, I will ride my giant elk.
Oh,
Yeah,
during the
I'll drink
trek,
it now.
during the trek Arctic, can I have given my griffin the heavenly gold?
Say that again.
During the
Yes.
trek, could I have give in my griffin the 1 pound I have of heavenly gold?
Oh, beautiful. Yeah. You notice that your that they're getting treated.
Say again, sorry, you cut out.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
You notice that you're bigger than the others after feeding it pounds and pounds of this divine metal.
It's just bigger. Is
A
that what you
little
said?
bit, a little bit bigger, a little bit heavier. Can you still not hear me?
No, it was just like as you said, your griffin bigger, and then you kept going.
Right.
That's what I
Right.
heard.
I'll pull the computer closer. Maybe it's a sensitivity issue because it doesn't seem to be any lag. Don't know. Computer's a piece of shit. Can't
It
really
could
tell.
just be my internet as well, cutting in and out,
Oh, okay.
combined with that sort of thing.
Cool. So yeah, I hope that answers the question. It's getting a bit bigger than the others.
Hell yeah. Better. That was expensive.
We are 30 out of the 30 days for the growth of griffins as well.
Good, good. I'm just doing a bit of reading. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, that's right. The Griffins have been around for a while now, and I'm still mindful of that. And the fact that you've been feeding them so very, very well, that things couldn't be better. You haven't confined them, so they're able to fly, but you've fed them high nutrition, and so they've gotten better sustenance than they could in the wild. They're looking like very healthy specimens indeed. And you've socialized them a little as well, taking them into the heart of the city. Um, no doubt a couple of times you would have had to scold them and chain them up, but they quickly learn what they can and can't do.
Throw back to that one time mine bit a child's finger off.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Good
A
times.
story to tell.
You pass merchants and jugglers, you pass farmers and fishermen, you pass hunters, elves, dwarves, halflings, half orcs. But unless you're after news or produce or some other distraction, you reach Evelyn without so much as having to draw your blades.
That was a pleasant journey.
Yeah, ever since we got the mammoth, we've just fought nothing on the roads. It's just everything's afraid of it. How big we are.
Can't wait to come across a dragon.
Hmm. Yeah, we do.
Oh,
Stab it in the ankle.
Is he
Right.
wielding any? Is Librettowit like what is he equipped with visibly?
A rapier and a shield.
Armor? Any armor?
Black dragon scale cloak, wasn't it?
That's just
Oh.
cape.
Yeah, do you have any like plate armor or anything?
Yeah, studded leather and the cloak.
Studded leather.
So relatively.
I'll be back in a second.
Well, like in accordance with us, relatively low cost.
In accordance with the other paladin, measly.
He would.
Technically, yeah. Go up to 19.
Unless your
Jeez.
studded leather is like a +1.
No.
then it'll be the same.
Sweet.
There's nothing magical about the Mage Armor coupon. It just seems to be a piece of paper that says, I don't know, Mage Armor. You don't know if this is going to work or not.
Kind of glance at it and then like pocket it.
That's faith. That's true faith.
Gotcha.
Not a paladin for nothing.
Yeah, speaking of Mage Armor coupons, I think I still have one, and Nap's going to return it to you because it's useless at this point for him.
This is shit. Here you go. Have it back.
Take your paper back.
Alright, let's find a giant.
Is that the front
Okay.
and back of it?
I can agree with that.
Results. I love how it says results are not guaranteed. You can redeem it, but fuck you. If I'm gonna give it to you.
All right. So you've Evelyn, yeah. Very nice. Everland is a lovely green city on the bank of the Rao, and it's a highly mercantile community. A lot of business, a lot of trade goes on. Manufacturing, leather and furniture, fishing, agriculture. So much goes on here, making the city a bit of a little sister to Silvery Moon. It has the same elven decor, but much less art and a good deal more business. The whole thing has a lot of straight roads, all of them centering out from a central, like a center of a wheel. And at the center of the wheel, there is the Bell Market. There are 5 gates, and when you reach the gates, they take a look at your entourage and they're not letting you in. Like, look at you.
We're at Evelyn. They're not letting us in.
That's right. You've got a freaking like the mammoth is too big to get in. The gates wouldn't allow the mammoth to get in, but what are you, a war party? Or are you a circus? Are you beast sellers? How many griffins have you got?
We
Okay.
are the
Okay,
Bulwark of the
champions
North.
entourage. Sorry, we say?
We are the Bulwark of the North.
They've heard of that at least, and they know another group. They're not sure who the group, an expeditionary department of Waterdeep or something. Anyway, they figure that you're operatives of the Lord's Alliance, so they put it to you straight. Is your organization funded or otherwise associated with the Lord's Alliance?
It is, and I show my ring.
Then you're not welcome. We have
Ah,
separated from the Lord's Alliance. Thank you very much. We want no more of your machinations. We want no more of your. We are independent because of what you did to Sundabar. And yeah. The Lord's Alliance let down Sundabar. And we're up to their necks in orcs. And the Lord's Alliance could have saved them, but no. You voted to preserve your own. And what happened? All of the Silver Marches collapsed. The Silver Marches. Aye, that's the Lord's Alliance doing as well. They didn't want to see a independent nation rise up here in the north. They want to keep things as weak city-states, easier to manipulate, easier to control. And he goes on and on and on. And it's quite clear that he thinks that you're essentially high-ranking spies. And you're not telling him.
I'm actually a pretty new member. I wasn't part of it at that point.
Well, in any case, look at this. Mammoths and magic swords. You'd be a threat to the population. It would be let people like you into the gates of the city.
Can I step forward? Please. Not all of us are with them. And if you want a lot of it, this vicious stuff that you don't like can stay outside. But I really must get in. I have to go see someone that's inside. Specifically, Diotheliv? Is that how you say it?
We'll say that that's how you say it.
Okay.
And he's
Wait.
like rolling his eyes and going, "Oh, see someone. You got to see someone until you say the name." And then he says, "Do you know the name of a gnome who lives up Ironmaster Way? I can't think of the town at the moment."
Yes, Thwip, he sent me. I need to get in to talk to him.
Aye,
Here, if
well,
you want to
that's
talk to him, I can give you the ring and talk to him yourself.
well, that's two names that you've given me, and that's good enough for me. If you are one of those who hunt, you'll find Evelyn's welcome to you. We don't allow the machinations of politicians to sway us from the right path in this town, my good friend.
Do you
I
know
am-
if Harshnag is here too?
Oh, Harshnag. Oh, yes, that giant. You'll find him down drinking with the elves bar down the way. I think it's called the dancing no, the dreaming.
Right. So, what exactly do we need to leave? Obviously, the mammoth can't come in, but what else don't you want into the city?
Oh, do you have
Can you-
anything destructive? Wands of fireball, scrolls of disintegration, anything like that? Explosives, alchemist fire?
I mean, I have a wand of lightning, but that.
Oh
everything
well, you
else I
have. Well,
don't.
that's what you'll have to leave that behind.
All right, well, we can set up camp outside the city, and that's all right.
Aye, of course you can. In fact, you'll find caravans only lend you some aid, and it points out a spot where you can set up for free, and people come and try to sell you drinks and nuts and fix your shoes and fix your wheels, take care of your horses, that sort of peasant labor. Another 50 miles, 2 days, and you arrive mid-up, giving you, a few hours to explore the town.
Ooh, a direwolf.
So I'm gonna have a direwolf, a giant rat, and a boar guard our shit for the day.
No one
if we-
goes anywhere near it.
So if we want to just put all our shit here, I can get them to guard and not let anyone touch any of our stuff. We go in. I go to the guard. I can vouch for the big one. He is technically a part of the Lord's Alliance, but he's not all bad. He's traveling with us. I'm part of a member of the Harpers, and obviously, like, I would travel with him if he was like that riffraff.
Aye, well, we're not going to ban a man for association. Just want him to know that if he tries to politicking and pulling any strings here, if he tries to do the will of Daggelt Neverember and his cronies, well, he'll find that the people will be the ones to toss him out of the town. You won't need the guards to do it. The local civilians will get wind and they'll chuck him out themselves.
That sounds perfectly fine with me, but I assure you he won't. We're
Yeah, you don't have to worry about me. It's not like I'm a member of an evil mages guild or something.
Aye. Well, if we.
Oh,
we
what
had,
fool would that be, right?
that's right. If we had any of arcane. The people found out about that, they'd be right.
Yeah, don't they carry like weird staves and stuff?
Oh,
gonna cast-
all sorts
I
of
cast
things.
Suggestion.
They sometimes travel with monsters like goblins and those. They bear terrible weapons of destruction. Yeah, so you've got to look out for people like that.
Cast Suggestion
Horrible
Wild.
people, right?
Aye.
Yep.
I think
I
this
said,
is suggest you shut the fuck up. Sorry.
I suggest you close your mouth and do not open it until I say. You can't speak until I let you. Well, until you say. For 8 hours until I lose concentration, or
I'm just going to take
Have
a very
really
brief
big
time
smile
out.
on my face.
Brief time out and point out what dastardly game it can be, where in PvP 2 people gang up upon one, just orchestrate it. That is a vicious combination to use on another player character.
Shut up, basically.
uh,
I command you to not.
yeah, that's pretty harsh.
Right.
Wild has a big ass grin on his face.
Brilliant.
Hopefully we get in now. God.
Yeah, you do. And so you're allowed in. Hopefully you hand weapons of mass destruction, but if you don't, they're not patting you down, so you can sneak a scroll or a wand in if you must. And presumably the first place you go in this lush green town is to the Dreaming Dragon.
I would like, unless someone else needs to go other places.
No, I can wait a little bit for my connection. He's been waiting this
So-
long.
Yeah.
Harshnag.
Yeah.
That's exactly what
Yeah.
we didn't know how long it was going to take.
It's a serene bar. It's mostly elves and halflings here, and the prices are high, but the culture is high as well. You find him out in the beer garden, wine garden, among brilliant fernery and grapes. He's currently being fanned by a tall, dark-skinned human with gold bands around his arms, and he's listening in as he lounges back on a bench, elves and halflings around him, and they're all listening to the great story about the creation of Evermeet. And he pays no mind to new people as they walk into the beer garden. He doesn't seem to notice you, caught up as he is in the story of the elves coming together to raise an island out of the sea.
Do I have sending it?
You want a drink, Wild?
I don't.
Yeah? You want a drink? Here you go. I buy him a drink and I put it in front of him.
Oh, thank you very much, stranger. Oh, it's you! I've been waiting. And he picks
Cut
you
it out,
up
sorry.
and breaks your back as he hugs you.
Me, sorry?
Whoever gave him the drink.
Oh, he was buying Wild a drink to.
I was buying a
dunk
Wild
on
a
him.
drink.
Ah, my mistake. My
Yeah.
mistake. My mistake.
Come on, Wild, drink up.
Can I walk up to Harshnag, like,
Indeed.
and sort of just like tug on his whatever is the closest piece of article of clothing? So he's
Excellent.
around?
He bids you as a stranger, realizes who you are, sweeps you up in his arms.
I wasn't aware we were this close.
I've been waiting for so long. Now you're finally here. We can finally go to.
Are we leaving right now?
We might as well. Are you ready to go?
I look at everyone else.
What do you mean snorts drink?
He can't drink it. He can't open his
No,
mouth.
I just I did it in chat.
Oh,
My clicks
okay.
fingers undoes the suggestion.
Uh,
He snorts the
I
drink.
don't need
He
my
just-
mouth to
he just
drink
snorts.
it.
Are you sure that you must leave immediately? Says his human companion, an erudite man of 35 or 40. We are just getting to the part where Evermeet is from the sea. Oh, yes, it's very interesting stuff. We are going to Oregon. What do you say? Do you want to listen to poetry, or do you want to hit the road?
Well, if you want to listen for a little bit, I do have to see someone really quickly while I'm here. As soon as I get back, we can go.
Who you have to see?
I believe his name. Thwip said his name was Deal Thelev. Deal Thelev.
Dral Thelev. Yes, the human says. I am just going back to see him. Perhaps we can walk together.
Sure, I'd love the company.
Very good. My name is Crowan Valharrow. I'm not originally from around here. I'm from a land to the south of the Inner Sea, on the other side of the great desert of Anarok. And you must be the one who's upsetting the giants, sir.
I'm sorry you cut out there for a little second.
And you must be the one upsetting the giants, sir.
Yeah, I guess that would be us if they're definitely getting stirred up. We're doing our job, aren't we?
Who stays with Harshnag and gets drunk and listens to epic elven poetry? And who's coming to meet with this half-orc?
Wild stays with Harshnag.
Fucking
Also-
stay. Hell yeah, what a story.
Yeah, Russell stays too.
This will be
Is everyone
second
still
page
with
news.
Second page news, sitting with
Libretto
Harshnag.
would go with to meet the orc.
How much would it cost for a room just to stay for the day? Nap's just gonna go nap.
10 gold pieces, and you'll get massage and everything that you want. They really take care of
Yeah, I'm gonna do that then.
it. All
The creamy
right.
cut.
Exactly. That's what I'm thinking. You wake up and your coat is shining and you've been manicured.
But make sure there's no dwarves or they'll shave it.
Oh,
Yeah.
halflings and elves. Halflings and elves. Keep it with culture. So, tell me what your opinions are on the giant problem once he's outside of Harshnag's earshot.
There's multiple ways we're thinking about going about it. My problem is the fact that the giant king or so has been stepped down from power and given it to his daughter. Don't know much about her, but it seems she's quite the activist of sorts. One that likes to do more fighting than thinking. Plus, there's the strange death of his wife. It's quite odd.
Any clues on how that might have come about? I'd heard that the Lord's Alliance was responsible, and I wouldn't put it past them.
Indeed, it does seem quite fitting. Almost too fitting, don't you think?
Yes, a likely scapegoat. I can agree.
Seems too perfect. Maybe my theory was, well, what I would do if I was a young giant wanting to come to power, I'd definitely try to get rid of someone important and cause an uproar to then climb the ranks and blame it on someone else that, well, I'd be able to fight. But that's just a theory. We don't have any proof there.
I admit I hadn't considered that, and now I am tempted by the idea. We are here. A lovely establishment, isn't it? Not quite as artistic nor elaborate as the dragon, but this place has its own charm, and it's much more modest, but it still has that elven decorum and feel to it. There are plants everywhere, and most of the bar is made of varnished wood. There's not a metal edge to be seen. The half-orc, one-eyed half-orc who was behind the station with a half-elf there. They're laughing about something. He smiles when he sees people come in, and then his one eye opens broadly, wide. He stands stiff and practically salutes, although he doesn't raise his hand, just stands to attention. and he seems quite surprised by your arrival. Crowan Valharrow, what can I do for you? I'd like you to meet my newest friend. Well, introduce yourself, lad.
Pleased to meet you. My name's Jiraxis Clearwater.
Where have I heard that name before?
Well, I'm part of the adventuring party of Bulwark of the North. We're attempting to deal with this giant problem firsthand, rather than reaction. We're doing it preemptive.
Close the doors, will you? Go on, close the doors. And the windows. And these doors start closing around you. How is this making you feel, Libra? The doors are closing, the windows are closing, the whole place is getting very dark.
I mean, I'm kind of at home in the dark.
Oh, that's good. Good point.
That's true.
Interesting perspective.
That darn sunlight sensitivity thing.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. As I close,
Oh, that's quite nice. Thank
this
you.
is better.
Yeah. I was
Gather.
told.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, please continue.
I'm not quite sure what's going on. I was just told to meet here by a certain individual that told me I had received something or information.
I was told you'd have something for me, some kind of indicator, a token.
Oh, yes, and I kind of grab out the badge I was given and hand it over.
Hi, this is it. Well, he looks at the other person that you've come with, Crowan Valharrow. Well, Crowan Valharrow, shall we? I'd be delighted, he says. And the half orc reaches into a cabinet, which he has to open with a silver key, and pulls out one of the 4 bottles of wine within there, an elven wine, which he uncorks. And when he does, the whole room smells like grapes and sugar. And he pours a small glass of each, or rather a wooden cup, a small wooden cup worth of this fine red wine, one for each of you. But it's only the 2 of you who came, right? And the NPC, of course. You went as well, so the 3 of you. Two.
Yeah.
It's so good. It's so good. So the 2 kobolds are up on these wooden stools that are the stools are way taller than the kobolds are. They have to climb up the stool to get up on top of it. And yeah, a wooden glass of wine is given to each of you, and the half orc looks at the visitor, Crowan Valharrow, with one eye. And Valharrow grabs the small wooden cup, bottoms up, he says, and sculls it and disappears.
I follow suit. I'll
And you're
down
gone.
at one and put it.
You're gone.
And yep, I'll drink it as fast as my little mouth will let me.
What? All right. You arrive instantly inside some luxurious tower or mansion. There are austere furnishings. There are flying cats, little white tressum, flying around everywhere. 7 or 8 of them, just behaving the way house cats might in a more regular house. People pottering around, elves and half elves practicing sword play, people engaging in alchemy and discussing astrology. You're in the middle of some kind of academic, cultural heart, some wizard's tower, for want of a better word. And Crowan Valharrow says, well, here we are. Follow me.
Sure. Where exactly are we?
We haven't gone far. This is Moongleam Tower. I think that you'll be coming here periodically in the future. But he suddenly stops and turns. I must ask why we are being accompanied by these two creatures.
Sorry, where's my manners? This is
Oh, I think they can answer for themselves.
right.
A simple enough explanation, if lacking in detail.
I stay with my tribe, and I gesture to both of them.
A likely explanation, if a little bit inexplicable. And yet here we are. Well, I have something to show you. Something very special. You don't. I have something very special. Something very special indeed. But first, what are your plans from here? Do you have any?
Well, I have many plans. What in regard would you like to hear? I would not want to bore you with such trivial plans of what I'd like to do.
Oh, come now, boy. There is only one issue to speak about, the giants. What are your plans regarding the giants?
First and foremost is, well, defending the north of where we can. If any attack, we deal with the matter. And then I think we're most likely going to investigate where we can, and if investigating and trying to solve the ordning goes awry, then we will make them submit by force if we must. But I don't believe. I don't believe the kings. What's that called? The group Wild's a part of.
Yeah, the Lord's Alliance.
That's
Yeah.
one. I don't believe the Lord's Alliance. I have an inkling, a hunch that the Lord's Alliance did not kill the wife of the giants. They have no motive. Something else at work is at play here. Something else is at play here. Something bigger, and I intend
agree.
to find out what it is.
I'm inclined to agree. I neither think that it is the Lord's Alliance. I think that all of the major factions are innocent to a degree, and rather that this is something external entirely. Have you any thoughts? He turns to the two kobolds. I expect you are right. The troubles of one dynasty pale in comparison to the collapse of all social order.
Maybe in solving one, we'll figure out the other.
That's exactly right, my friend. That's what I was thinking.
I do like that optimism. I do indeed. Bahamut has always been one of my favorite foreign gods. Here we
My
are.
chest a little.
that's the way. Your spine sort of stick up a little bit proudly. He takes you to a secret staircase which winds up, 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 up. You must travel through 7 flights of stairs, higher and higher, 100 feet up and into the sky, until you reach a circular, windowless room that contains a circle on the ground, a magic circle. This is a teleportation circle, he explains. Only available to those I trust intimately. Only available to the highest ranking harpers. And he gave you a platinum badge to Jaraxxus presents a platinum badge, a little harp that designates a new rank attained within your faction. You may use this circle to enter and leave unseen at any time. It connects to a great network of towers. He produces a document which I shall put into Discord and we might pin, and it might not make a lot of sense, but he explains that it is a network, a Harper teleportation network, linking our own town of Everland with Loudwater, Waterdeep, Neverwinter, Mirabar, and Yata. I will give you the passwords, and now you will be able to travel throughout the north unhindered.
Oh, looks like get it.
And you'll be able to link that to this broader one and build a new teleportation circle anywhere over the course of a year, that is, which further broadens the network.
Oh no, we're gonna sell all the animals in the mammoth. We won't need them.
Literally, like, my biggest idea I just had, other than the fact that we can now teleport across the north, is the fact that I can totally make this work for my businesses and traveling livestock. But anyway, not into this room. But once you get teleportation circle,
Turn straight to capitalism.
yeah. Anyway, I'm
That's
shocked.
just you. Anyway, keep going.
I'm shocked. What rank is this? I thought I just joined.
I'm not sure. I will look into the Harper ranks, but it's a prominent rank, befitting someone who's done as much as you. It essentially, you can think of it as this is the sort of rank that you are. A foreign operative, not equal to James Bond, but that kind of independent answers to only the highest echelon kind of agent, right? You're
Right.
definitely part of the hierarchy, and you can have followers of your own. That's no problem. But you exist outside of the structure, and of course, the Harper doesn't have a lot of structure. That means that you have enough influence to kind of do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Nice example. The exact powers have never been written down and probably never will.
Alrighty. Teleportation network. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. So Waterdeep, Loudwater, Yata, Everland, Neverwinter, Mirror. Okay. I'll try and make little symbols for those on the map so I know where we can go.
It tells you a little bit about the various locations. So we're currently in Everland. We are in the Moongleam Tower. The Moongleam Tower is a holy site dedicated to one of the gods. I think it's Myliki, the god of the forest animals, but I can confirm that if necessary. The Loudwater Tower leads to a tavern, or rather, underneath a tavern called the Smiling Satyr. So that's one of the places that we can go to from without really causing a fuss, because coming and going from a tavern is not that unusual.
Yeah.
I'll do the Mirabar circle now. This is the one that you need to be the most careful with because it's illegal. We haven't told the Lords of Mirabar that we've got this circle. And if they were to find out, they might throw the Harpers out of the city entirely. So don't use this one unless you absolutely have to.
Yeah.
The Neverwinter Circle is the floor of an attic in a 3-story row house, a kind of like a house for poor people, that the Harpers use as a meeting place. You'll find that the building is safe for now, but sooner or later it's going to be compromised by the Arcane Brotherhood. And when that happens, we might lose the whole network. If the Arcane Brotherhood are able to take that circle, that might be the end of everything.
Right.
The Waterdeep Circle is in the City of the Dead, which is the magnificent cemetery that is a ward unto itself. It's inside a crypt, making it an excellent position because unless you get seen by the people patrolling the cemetery, you're pretty likely to be able to blend in with the other freaks of Waterdeep. Not saying you're a freak. I'm judging you. I'm sorry. I'm judging you. All right. And finally, Yata. The Yata circle is in the middle of a villa The villa was was about to be torn down, but the Harpers bought it. So it's a pretty shitty building. It's got a massive garden patio, and the property is worth more. The land is worth more than the building itself. So it's relatively safe, except for sooner or later someone's going to sell the whole place, and we'll lose everything.
Oh.
So there you go.
Is that what does he explain that or to me or?
That's a bit of a joke, but it does, yeah. So without wasting too much time, I'll go through them again. The Evelyn circles in a temple, totally safe. Loudwater circles in an inn should be no problem. Mirabar circle, technically illegal, highly illegal rather. Neverwinter circle, it's nothing wrong with it, but it's a little too close to the Arcane Brotherhood and will probably be compromised one day. Waterdeep circle in the City of the Dead, no problems. Yartar circle, you never know when. Well, that's right. So the government of Yartar might suddenly turn around and force us to sell it, and because they're corrupt, right? And if that happens, then I guess we destroy the circle before it can be compromised.
I suggest to them, what if I take the Yartar building, make that into my tavern,
Yeah.
and have that secret, so that way I can own it, make a business as a front, and keep that protected.
Yeah, absolutely. He'll arrange the sale of the building to you for market value, which is 8,000.
Alright, I'll try to make ends meet to upgrade.
All right. It's worth 10,000, but it costs 8,000.
Alrighty, and that'll be that's an upgrade from the little shanty shack I have now in the Yartar, isn't it? The little
Sure is. It'll be much nicer. Be like a rundown mansion, basically.
That's right. We can slowly bring that back up.
I like that teleporter network.
Yeah, I want to
Full
keep as
page.
many of them open as I can. That's what you get for an underground network. Can't be too great. I'm honored to shake his hand. The guy that was with, because is this the half orc or the?
This is the other guy, one Valhalla.
Oh, okay. Sorry, if you don't mind me asking, I'm not entirely sure who you are.
They call me by my name, Crowan Valhalla. I look after the apprentices within the Moongleam Tower. I'm a magician of some small repute.
Right, well, it's definitely a pleasure to meet you. It's I didn't really I've not really met any Harpers. Actually, I kind of got Thwip recruited me, and since then I've not really met many, as other than a few. One at maybe the Moon Shrine and another another adventure in the north, but that's about it.
I'd like to offer you a gift. Rather, I'd like to offer your group a gift. Do you have any wizards among you?
Yes, actually, you're looking at one, and I point towards Prophet.
Perhaps you'll find some use among these. They are scrolls you can copy into your spell book or use as you wish, but as a personal favor, I'd like to offer you. We have many priests here, many wizards of considerable skill as well. If you have any particular scroll of almost any level of potency, we may be able to produce it for you this one time. Say anything of, I don't know, the 7th level or lower?
Look at Prophet, and it's a good thing you came along, isn't it?
You get a scroll, do you?
I'll give you a single 7th level or lower scroll, yeah.
Any scroll.
Pretty metal.
I can't thank you enough. This teleportation network's one thing, but the scroll for him will aid us all in this adventure.
I ask you not to thank me, for I expect that you will use it in a situation that I would not like to find myself in, at least not in these advanced years. I killed my share of giants and beholders in the day, but I am retired now, and why, this is a very important time in the history of our world. And if you do not succeed, I think that the toll that will be paid will be very high. Certainly higher than the cost of a single scroll.
When you put it like that, it does seem to put things in perspective. But we're more than up for the challenge, and well, we don't really have a choice. We need to do this, so. He goes to say thank you again, stops himself, just nods.
The portals will be available to you for use when you choose to leave Everland. I trust that you will have a enjoyable time here, though I understand Harshnag is very interested in moving on as swiftly as he can.
Yes, he's a free spirit, that one. Do you say that to me in game or? I'm sorry. I'm trying to think of the exact parameters of that spell. What is it? That would be very useful, especially if the teleportation circles we acquire aren't exactly close to where we need to go.
Also, be good for a quick getaway.
It would. I will leave it up to you, but that does sound quite nice.
He is delighted to give you such a prudent choice. It seems that the exchange of pleasantries between each other will find no end.
Well, I guess we better get back to Harshnag and be on our way. How do we get back? Do we drink more wine?
He shows you the front door. And yeah, as he suggested, you're currently in a Moongleam Tower, which I'm pretty sure is a temple of Maliki, the goddess of wild animals and of good things in the forest. And then you find yourself back in the beautiful city of Everland. No, just walk out the door. Yeah.
Scroll of tongues. Okay. So, can I use a yeah, just in case. Thank you. I can use a scroll, can't I? Even though I'm not a wizard.
There are rules for scrolls. I think you'll find them in the compendium.
As long as the spell is normally in your sorcerer spell list, you can cast it.
All right, I'll have a look.
Oh.
No. I'll give you the tongue scroll back because I can't use it. I don't think so. Not as a sorcerer.
tragic.
Yeah.
It's pretty silly. Like you would think that being able to speak every language is a magic power that a sorcerer could waken.
Oh,
They can? There you go.
Oh, it just didn't pop up in my search. Alrighty.
Cool.
I've actually found that. I just tried to add a lot of warlock spells, but they just weren't popping up.
Yeah, third level is I'm looking at the player's handbook right now. It's on the sorcerer's
Yeah.
playlist.
If they're in the player's handbook, they might not. That's the problem because I've got most of the other books. Yeah. Sort of. So this is the way it works. So you can buy the player's handbook, or you can just use what it gives you. And they don't give you everything, so that you have to buy the player's handbook. But I have bought some of the other books. I just haven't bought the player's handbook, so maybe I'll get it. But at the moment, that's why some things are in there, not everything. Like I don't know, it's a bit of a rip, really. That but they do it to inconvenience you, which is fair enough.
Yeah. Alrighty. Well, I'll gladly accept it. Thank you. Alright. Well, we better not.
I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure.
Thought they'd be able to.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wizards can pretty much cast.
Water
most
breathing
spells.
is an awesome ritual.
It's OP water breathing and walk
Yeah,
on water as well. Like that, you just spend 10 minutes of every hour, and it becomes a non-issue at that point.
We did that up in
It's
the mountains.
Mirror of the Dead Men.
Yeah. in the
water
mirror.
breathing lasts 24 hours.
Oh, is it that long? I must.
Yeah,
Might be
I
water
have it
before.
on
Yeah, water
my
walking.
Pact of the Tome Warlock.
So good.
Oh yeah. That being said, that Pact of the Tome Warlock has gotten a hold of almost every ritual.
Oops, didn't mean to click that.
That you
Versatile.
cast it anyway.
I cast it. The ritual.
You
10
saved
minutes
yourself.
later.
So, 2, 3, 5.
Well, I really went. Yeah. Are we finally ready to go?
Yeah, yes. Where are we headed now?
I tell you, we go to the spine of the world. The spine of the world, up to the very far to the north. You will find the Oracle. Oracle of all giant kind. It's up to almost due north. Almost due north. You can decide which way you want to go. It is all of so the same to me.
It's going up the Subran easier. We could cut out a day and go north from Zymorvan. 2 days, really.
Yeah, that's a large cutout. That's 50 miles. That's 100 miles. Doing that Kern, we could just cut out a day.
It's half, yeah.
Just going straight up.
Less than half.
Yeah.
It's a good one. It's
we can
very hard
fish
for us to
along the
get
way.
lost too.
Yeah, if we just follow the river.
Are we spending the night first, or are we sleeping, or are we moving now?
I think Harshnag wants to go right now, and that doesn't really
Well,
matter.
for
if
the
we
better,
come
it
in
would be
the
down to
dark.
go now. Impatient, stupid.
Fair enough.
I know that you have come a long way to sleep in the feather bed for one more time. I understand. It's okay. I will get drunk tonight. Or we can go now. It's up to you.
Speaking of which, the 3 animals I've got guarding the wagon and all that stuff will run out if we sleep here, and it could get stolen.
I I doubt your giant rat is protecting the caravan better than the mammoth.
Well, there's a dire wolf there and a boar as well, but I doubt the mammoth's gonna go ape and kill people.
What about the griffins?
The baby griffins.
They're not so much babies anymore.
Still babies to me. My baby. I mean, what time is it? Is it nighttime or pretty much day still?
Yeah, it's day for another hour or two.
Ah. Yeah, we could stay here for the night if we want. Doesn't matter. In towers, yeah. With everything.
Yeah.
This is a big trade town, right?
It is.
Yeah. I need 2 hours. All I just need to introduce myself and do what we do in this town a little bit more. 2 hours. Deal.
I would like to go back to the. Are we erecting a tower? Cool. I want to start painting that map. Oh, not painting that map. Painting the moon thing
Beautiful.
they wanted me to do.
That's right.
Prophet. I'm gonna have to ask you. Can I have like my own room, if that's possible?
No.
Shut the fuck up. You're not it.
Newbies can't have that kind of stuff yet.
Personal reasons. I prefer to sleep in my own quarters. If that's no worries, I'll find a place in town.
Oh.
Oh,
So is that a yes?
sexual tension.
I don't think that was.
I assure you.
Nap's going to stay in the tavern. He's going to sleep there.
Magnificent.
What?
He was asking Libretta Wit.
Oh. He's
In character, out of character.
he's sleeping.
In character, gosh, he would probably choose. He'd probably choose like an iguana or something like similar to a dragon.
Iguana,
has a
not
little-
noble.
Oh god.
Still snores an iguana.
All right.
All right. And so we are ready to continue our journey up into the wilds of the world. But Roz, you're finding business contacts first.
Yes.
All right. How's that go? What do you do?
I'll just go to the blacksmiths or try and find the blacksmiths.
Yeah.
And yeah, just go talk to them.
Why don't you start a worldwide like blacksmiths guild?
I don't think that he doesn't have enough talent yet.
They want to know how they can help you.
Just when we come by, buy our goods at more than half price.
Oh, right. Yeah, sure. All right. What have you got?
Nothing yet, but we usually get a decent amount of different types of armors, big giant weapons that can be melted down into armor. Other trade goods, really.
Yeah. Yeah, all right. Yeah, you find a guy who's to do a deal. He's a dwarf and he comes from Sundabar, over here towards the east. And the story of Sunderbar is that they got pretty badly fucked over by a bunch of orcs. They probably could have been saved, but the Lord's Alliance didn't save them. Same things happened to Felbar, but that was a long time ago. The dwarves have old memories. So anyway, the dwarf is all too happy to deal with you. You've proved yourself through your exploits. If you're able to bring him 1,000 gold pieces or more worth of trade goods at any one time, he'll give you the 50% rate instead of the 25% rate.
Sweet.
Only deals in big numbers, otherwise you're wasting my time.
That's what I like to.
That's all right.
Libero does not take much space, especially as an iguana.
Sleep in the land.
True.
I'm probably gonna sleep at wherever the my griffin is. Shall we-
Outside.
Outside, yeah.
Does that dwarf have a name, Arctic?
Ah, yes. The dwarf's name is Vogar.
Cinco.
Vogar of Sunderbar.
Is Jalantha also a dwarf hold?
I'm not sure. I actually don't know much about Jalantha. No, never heard of it.
They just
I
all
see it there, but I
end
don't
with
know.
AR, all end with AR.
They do. Good point.
Adbar,
Yeah, good point.
Felbar, Sunderbar, in this area at least.
Could be a Netherese naming convention as well. So, but I'm not sure.
They were like sort of not Netherese, right?
Yeah, well, these are the Nether Mountains, and I know the Netherese sometimes use J. So, I'm thinking that might be a Netherese name, but
89% human,
mm-hmm.
half elves and halfling.
Jalantha?
Yeah.
Okay. Borders on the high forest. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah, that's right. If dwarves lived there, there'd be no trees nearby.
All right. I can't think of what I was. Well, I had a train of thought, but I think I've lost it. No, got nothing.
Leaving?
Maybe. Probably
Sleep.
leaving. There was something, but no, I don't remember it.
Larlock drops magical items at our door.
That could be it. It might have something to do with the halfling sitting by himself. Are you a half? The Aboleth
Yes.
worshipper? Yep, cool.
Yes. Well, yes,
Yeah,
but
cool.
actually no, but yes.
Well, yes, but no, but yes. Yeah, no worries. I think that's it. Yep, I can't think of anything. No worries. Moving on. Okay, we're ready to go, I suppose. All right.
How far do I get through my painting?
How many? It's going to take 10 days. So however many sort of days or evenings rather that you've had, which I guess it's only one at this stage, is not very far. 10%. Yeah, not a lot.
I just need to not sleep and that'll do it.
Maybe that might work.
Just not sleep for 6 whole days in a row and die immediately.
I'm plagued by this thought that I've forgotten something now.
I fucking hate that.
Yeah.
Too busy getting worried about questions.
You'll get to the spine of the world. You'll be like, oh fuck, I was meant to tell you
That's
something about
it.
this.
Exactly.
I
All
can
right.
have all
Well,
clothes ready.
good idea.
Wait, do we need climbing kits? It's up a mountain.
Climbing kits. I've got that sort of stuff. Pitons and rope.
I have claws.
I can fly.
I have a grapple hook. Can I buy a climbing kit at Everland in the morning?
Is that like how when I made you fly down that cliff? Yeah. Oh. Okay, cool.
I remember now. I remember. All right. Is it Jaraxus that was going to play with his griffin, right?
Yeah, yeah, I'm going out
He's
to
hanging
sleep,
Sentinel.
sleep with my griffin and stay with
You,
him.
King.
your griffin, yeah, your griffin wants to play. You want to sleep. The griffin wants to play. It wants to show you something, and you finally get to realize it wants to show you that it's big enough to carry you now. It only moves at a speed of 30, so it's still quite slow. You're too heavy for it. It's basically a medium creature like you. But the griffins can now carry you at a speed of 30 for about 10 minutes at a time.
Okay.
What about a small character?
Probably an hour at a time.
I guess before I go to bed, I'm gonna cast Enlarge on it if it allows me,
Yeah.
and I'm gonna let it just get a little bit of extra strength and get used to carrying me.
It travels at normal speed when made enlarged. When
And I'll give it a bit of gold as treat for letting me ride it.
it's very happy.
I'll give it 5 gold pieces to eat. Nom nom nom.
Excellent. And so the griffins have now reached that stage where they can transport you, but it's a little bit beyond their skill, but they'll do it anyway.
All right.
All right.
I'd like to buy a climber's kit before we leave.
Speaking of the Climbers kit, Hashtag wonders how we're going to get our mounts to climb.
Leave them
Maybe
at
we should
Silvermoon.
just yeah, that's what he thinks. Just go on foot. That would be, he's a giant, so they don't really use mounts. They use mammoths, I suppose. But he knows that you have little legs and you can your tiny little legs, but it would be his your mounts behind.
Rosal
Sell
was
the
alright.
mammoth by
Yeah.
Zymorvan.
You can, yeah.
You're right.
It is also true.
Rosal also
Then we'd
buy
have a
Climbers
base
kit.
and we could get the gold from over.
Nesme.
What?
Near Nesme there.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
the tomb.
Morbrin's tomb.
We did the tomb thing. When we
Yeah.
come back.
Mm.
No, it's
It's
not.
alright.
But
It's
it
got
still
gold
has
in there.
rewards there.
Yeah.
We'll just act real surprised when we get trapped. We'll be like, what? Oh yeah, give them false knowledge.
Yeah, and see how they do it.
Learn from their mistakes.
Exactly. Well, that
Oh.
too. If any make it, we can kill them.
While we're passing back to Silvermoon. Oh wait. Can we ask the gate guards in Everland if a tavern keep from Warnbrins has passed by?
Never heard of such a person. No. Maybe they got lost on the road, never made it. Maybe the trolls got them.
Yep.
Maybe he never left.
Maybe he never existed.
You're just trying to prove it 30 times, and that's all
Yeah.
you want to do. You know the result, but you just want to prove it
holding
30
out.
times over.
That's some good science right there. That's some rigorous science.
You gotta try it at least 100 times, right? That's
Exactly.
your focus group.
I gotta ask.
Yeah. I don't know, that's a bit off the road, so maybe stop at Silvermoon. Yeah. Alright.
It's, in case you haven't picked it up, Libra. Come
Alrighty. I guess that's the
a story that we already knew. But we never had to do doubts from the start. So.
Yeah.
It's been
Yeah.
we're extremely like we need the confirmation.
So, are we gonna drop all the animals off at Zemorven and go up?
Are we selling
Well,
them or are we just dropping
we'd
them?
have to sell the mammoth in Silverymoon to do that.
Oh, we are selling the mammoth?
That sounds like what we're gonna do.
Why are we buying it then?
Have a base of operations.
I reckon
But
we could.
we don't need Zymorvan Hall. And like,
I think the Roth
oh,
can follow us up.
it probably could actually.
The Roth's fine.
Yeah.
right?
I mean,
Yeah,
the
I
Griffins
agree.
can as well, can't they?
Yeah, the Roth and the Griffins can make it. That's right. Not the mule, not the horses, not the wagons, not the herd of children.
No, we don't have the herd of children. They came.
Where do we leave them?
And
Uh,
we gave
with
them
the
to
wizards.
eccentric wizards.
All right, I thought we were taking him to Silver River. That's right. We
Mo-
left
most
him
of
in
them are
North
most of them are the Harple's apprentices.
You're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's good. That's
We
good.
were
'cause
going to bring them to Silvery Moon.
They would get to see the Evermore's poor kids. Anyway,
I've
yeah. So
completely forgetting to make that guy his prosthetic limbs.
you poor guy.
I've not even drafted anything yet.
to
I think
Silver
of him
Moon and get them.
sometimes. I think of him sometimes, and then I ignore him.
Fog.
He left at Silvery Moon, the one-armed one. And
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
he's in Long Saddle too, right?
Yeah, he is. He stopped there with them.
He's in
We
Long
told
Saddle.
them we'd come
That's
back.
Surely they have some sort of magical prosthetics just lying around.
they do. They were released with the latest like UA.
Oh,
No, the Everon book. So yeah, they've
What?
definitely got it.
I need to get that book.
Everon, Warforged. Here we are.
Wizards
A
from the
nice-
Sword Coast.
Wizards from the Sword Coast. Exactly. It's like, there's a little disclaimer from Deadpool. He's wagging his finger. No. Anyway, so you go to Silver Moon.
Selling Muro? Are we?
Honestly, I think it's the best.
It kills me on the inside, man. We saved the
Right.
beast.
We can sit. Hasn't grown back yet. True. So sell the donkey, sell the 2 wagons and the cart, sell the how many horses do we have? Wild's got a
3.
horse.
I don't have a horse. I
And
sold
aren't they
that horse.
magnificent horses?
Yes.
Yeah.
You get 100 gold pieces for each horse without negotiation.
I guess.
Because if we sell the mammoth, we go to Zymorvan, buy the keep, the Zymorvan Hall, and then you get to free parking pretty much.
Free parking is a good way of looking at it. That's I can't think of a better analogy. Free parking.
Like we're like the fucking we're like Skyrim like the Dragonborn from Skyrim. Just buy shit just to put things in it.
No. You're more like a World of Warcraft player who gets a bank account just so
Makes a second character to hold all this shit.
that's it. All right. I know you're no closer to a decision, but
Okay, yeah, sell Miro to a nice person.
well, he'll be getting sold to the Argent Legion. He'll be used as a
Ah.
weapon, mostly for construction, but also like I mean, if he needs to be if we need to defend Silvery Moon, we will. But mostly he'll be raids and building, heavy temples and stuff like that. You know, like the Flintstones use their dinosaurs.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that.
Oh, what a champion!
Slide in the trunk.
It's an honest. It's an honest honest living for a mammoth.
Not much, but it's honest work.
Yeah, it's better than potentially getting killed by a bunch of
Killed.
giants.
yeah.
And Silverman's fucking cool as hell.
Yeah, it's a nice place here.
And
so,
they're all
like,
animal rights activists. So.
They are.
They're all
They
animals.
are. They make him a citizen. Like he gets a rank within the army. He's not a
Yeah.
pack animal. He's actually an officer.
Yeah, I'm down to sell him here then.
giving her orders. All right, we might be
10K
closer to a decision.
I think we're selling it.
Selling
vote on
Muro,
selling.
10k in the bank. Was it 10k? It was.
Yeah, it was 10.
How do you feel, Roz? How do you feel?
Well, it's not just Roz. As you guys look at the mammoth, you also see Luro just like holding onto it,
You got it.
clasping
Yeah.
on like Luro.
She's a bonus. You can keep her. I'm kidding.
Him.
Huh? Oh, sorry. Yes, him. My bad.
The mammoth will be safer here. We're going up to what? Fight the Jarl of the Frost Giants?
Oh shit.
Yeah, I know.
Or Steel. Wait. Harshnag, do you know anything about their like scrying device? Their tracking
You
device?
mean the Eye of the All-Father? Where are we?
Oh yeah.
The Oracle?
Yeah.
Aye. The Oracle will tell us how we are going to get to see King Hekaton. That's where I'm taking you, to see King Hekaton, King of the Storm Giants, but don't know how to get there. The Oracle, in the Eye of the All-Father, will know how to get there.
Simple.
Right. So
Damn, I got
I
so
don't
much
think
money.
we're definitely not going to be able to bring Muro. Sorry.
It is
Muro.
hard enough for a person to get there.
Exactly.
You will find it hard to get there even with your little legs, but you cannot take a donkey.
Are we still?
Hello.
Yeah.
We,
We'll get
we've
rid of
Yeah.
sold.
All right. Sold Muro.
10,000
Bubble.
gold pieces, it's all yours.
I want to somehow braid one of our coins into like. Can I put a hole in the coin and then get the mammoth's hair and somehow, tie the coin
Absolutely.
to it? Just-
Yeah, like a dreadlock. Yep, totally. An
Yeah,
African
yeah.
bead. Yeah,
Yep.
perfect. He sits patiently waiting for you because he knows understands the significance of the event.
Is not doesn't go over his hairy head.
No.
He's too
Duro spends an hour promising that they'll come back and that explaining how even though it's very hot down here, they'll keep him shaved and they'll say if we ever move to Zymorvan, then the whole of the Evermoors will be his swamp to lounge around in. So he's coming back, and Luro promises that he's going to come back for Muro, and if he has to break down the walls of Silvery Moon to get him back, he will. Muro understands.
Good boy.
All right.
I was wondering before we head off if I could sell a few things and just quickly buy something,
Absolutely.
just to lose some weight. I just need to sell some crossbow bolts, a rapier, and a hand crossbow.
Oh, sure. No worries. You get a quarter of the player's handbook value,
Sweet.
unless you've got 1,000 gold pieces worth. Or
No, I do not. Let me just. I'll be back. I need to go find my handbook.
Roger, Roger.
I buy what's it called? Climber's kit. I have my warm clothes from earlier and snowshoes. So I'll also buy. Fuck, what else do we need? Climber's kits.
Ooh, I'm glad you brought that up.
Get
What was
like
the
a
price?
Chinese finger trap.
They're 2,000 gold, aren't they? Those rings.
They are an uncommon magic item.
Or your soul.
For yourself.
All
yeah.
right.
Pretty
I'll
easy.
let the kobold explain it to the other kobold.
Mountain?
Oh, does that? Are we gonna have to make another deal with this lich?
We're passing through Silvery Moon.
Yeah, I know. True, we did just sell.
Yeah.
All right. You find one at a 10% discount. So 2,000 gold pieces reduced to 1,800.
Pardon?
I have a whopping 8 gold.
We do have that much, but how much more will we need to own Zymorvan Hall?
8,000 was it? Was it
I
8?
thought you said
So
12,000.
Morven Hall was 12.
12, right.
And we
12.
have 10,000.
Wild
have
probably has
11,000.
some.
No, it
the-
was
the
worth
son- the
10,
son was
and he
selling it
was
for 10.
selling for 12 to like spite his son, sort of thing.
Basically, his
That's
son
right,
was like,
yeah.
his son offhandedly was like, I'd sell
To
this
be
fucking
like,
thing
you
for
know
10
what?
grand.
Fuck you. And then yeah, he's like offered it to us.
Yeah, that's exactly how it happened.
Yes. Is there anywhere I could buy a massive fur coat? Well,
Absolutely.
a very warm fur coat.
Absolutely. If you spend 500 gold pieces, you'll be dressed like a king. If you spend 50 gold pieces, you'll be warm.
How about
Uh,
300? Because that's all I've got.
It's magnificent. It's like a duke level quality. You know, the upper class nobility have these. You can have it. You can have it mink. You can have it red fox fur. You can have it white wolf. You can have a zebra fur for all I care. Whatever you want it to look like, it's magnificent. Just not quite as good as some of the other kids. So what does it look like? What do you? I mean, Silvery Moon has furs from as far away as Tika and Karatur, which are different continents. What does you? What? How do you dress given every option in the world?
Just just a snow wolf to like try to blend in with the snow a little bit easier when we get up there eventually.
All right. Well, Wild Gold, you look pimp and coat, and I mean his stitching is nicer than yours.
Oh, can I find somewhere to do the what is it called, Saxon? The
The
moving
glamour weave?
stitches? The what, sorry?
The glamour weave,
Yeah, the glamour weave.
but spelt wrong.
I make my coat look even better. I make it look like 2,000 gold's worth, like it's the best coat in the world.
Looks very nice. You can
Oh,
get
yeah.
permanent glamour weave for 500 gold pieces. And it'll be, you'll forever have this magic effect. Do you want to do that?
Yes, I want on the back of my cloak, I want a griffin flying around. A golden stitched griffin.
I think it can change however
Yeah.
much you want.
Now,
Oh,
Nap,
really?
this is. I want to bring this back to Nap.
Huh?
Nap, you've just gotten a beautiful coat. It's magnificent. It's great stitching, great quality, great materials. It's one of the nicest coats you're likely to ever see. You see that Wild Gold is jealous of your coat, and he spends more than twice the value of your coat just making it look prettier. How does that make you feel?
I guess fine, because he's not very wise with his gold. I'll just go on with my day.
I'm feeling that. I'm feeling this. Good on you, buddy. And just pulls his
spending.
cloak up higher and gets the cold out. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. Any more business in Silvery Moon? I will spend one more moment telling Wild Gold that he does indeed have the most magnificent coat in the group now. I think.
Hell yeah.
I changed my coat to look exactly like his.
move.
Magnificent, magnificent.
I billow mine.
Ooh.
I use my
bitch.
hands to billow mine.
Ooh.
Not as magnificent as me just standing there, arms crossed and it is billowing.
Can I buy a book of the spine of the world?
You
Don't think I
can.
own Prestidigitator. Well, I
We're in
don't know.
Silvery Moon, so it's probably the wealth of knowledge.
It is.
I mean, tomorrow I can, but no, I don't.
Cantrip.
So it's normally 50 gold pieces, 25% off because we're having a sale, because we always have a sale. It's 37.5 gold pieces for your coloured book on the spine of the world, as written by some dude who's more reliable than Volo.
37 and a half?
37.5. It's normally 50, 25% off. So 37.
Somewhere Volo is taking offense to that.
Exactly.
That's right, he deserves it.
Remember that time he nearly jumped into the fucking pit of Undermountain because he was feeling depressed?
Yeah.
We held him back.
Jumping into the yawning portal. Gonna be one of the most suicide. All right.
How heavy is this book?
Ah, it's a good 10 pounds. It's a big weighty book. You could use it as a you could do D4 damage with it if you want to.
I could do that with all my books. Just drop it on someone's head.
True.
I can't remember which one's the biggest book. Trilogy of Trolls, all three of them together.
It's the Red Wizard. It's your friend Rana.
Of they.
I made that one myself when I was an apprentice. I likely have most of your spells, but do you have any experimental spells or anything unusual? No, she does not. What level's that? Level 3. She'll buy that off you for 150 gold.
Will Wild front the rest of the buying Sir Morven Hall after we buy the Ring of Warmth? Because it
Sure.
will be your land.
I
pretty
mean,
much,
we have a lot
right?
of party gold as well.
Do I get the master bedroom?
I better get the master bedroom.
Well, it would be your home.
Yeah, she will buy your moon dust. Absolutely. How much have you got? How much do you think? Like, is it a pinch of tear dust or a sack? What would you say? Yeah. Yeah, cool. She'll give you 50 gold pieces for it. Yeah, each of your items 50 gold, yeah. And yeah, she adds them to her alchemy kit and is quite satisfied with the deal. Perfect.
50, did you say?
250, yeah.
Was that
Never
including?
mind.
Was that including your spell?
Another
150.
150, so that's 400 altogether.
Thank you.
Okay, so another 250 on top. So bring us up to 4. Okay, so we only need like roughly 600 gold on top of. Is that right? We can sell that. We can get rid of the diamond as well, unless we want to save that for when I need to resurrect
Also, throw to the group a ruby pendant worth 750 gold.
Ooh.
750.
Lion Costa is a trading company, isn't it?
You might have picked it off from like a merchant caravan that got
It
hit
was
on.
in the crags. It was
Oh
the
yeah, it was in the crags.
Oh,
That's right.
yeah. They got eaten. They got hit first. They got eaten by giants, and then they got by bandits. Yeah, those people got really badly. I mean, I guess once they got eaten by giants, they didn't really care much after that. So
And then they got shut out.
yeah, they would. They give you a reward of 250 gold pieces.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Yeah.
We only need like 406. Oh, so how ruby pendant worth what? 700?
750.
Yeah.
All right. So, if we want to just stick to cash, we only need like 306 more gold.
I'll front it.
I'll
and
take the
we
ruby
can
pendant
keep
back.
no, we can keep the pendant that you
It's in the
got
back,
from a
is it?
giant that we all slayed.
I found
Together.
it.
Flu.
You yoinked it off the sack immediately.
I still found it. I'm
Okay,
pretty
we're
sure
doing
that's the rule
nice.
that we went by when, you know, we were searching for shit.
Yeah, don't worry about owing the party. Worry about owing Wild Gold.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
I owe gold. I owe Wild nothing at all.
So,
No, what Libretta Wit said.
wait, wait.
Oh.
Let's pay for the Ring of Warmth first. 1800 was it?
Yeah.
I'll minus 1800 from the treasury right now. Let me type in calculator wrong. So we have 9,894. So we need a little bit more to make up that difference. We have a diamond and the ruby together, which will make up the difference. If you want us to get rid of the diamond, but the diamond can come
We
in
should
use later.
Definitely keep the diamond.
Okay. So
Horses. Selling any horses? No, not really, because you want to keep the horses at the fort. Trade goods. Any trade goods left?
I got all my ores, but I really don't want to get rid of them.
No, they're collector's
And
items. That's
I do have gold in my sack. I just don't want to.
I can front the rest of the cost after the
Yeah.
mammoth. Like
How much gold do you fucking have?
a lot.
On a scale of like 0 to 10,000, how much would you have?
On a scale of 0 to 10,000, around 4,923.
really
After
a lot of money.
giving
5
Aradel
grand.
1,000.
Wow, that's pretty good to have
Okay,
gotten 5 grand.
So if we get the ruby pendant in with to front the cost for the rest of Zymorvan Hall, we only need 1,356.
1,356.
Let me double check that. I could be very wrong. Yeah, I was right.
There you
1,356. We only need if we get rid of the pendant. That is. I could factor in all the silver and copper we have as well if you want.
That's fine. I'll do that if we get rid of the pendant.
All right.
1,356.
Yeah.
Okay, we will have no money in our funds.
I get the
The
master
party-
bedroom though.
The party has been cleaned out of all of its liquid assets. You do, however, have a property which you spend 12,000 gold pieces on and is valued at 15,000 gold pieces.
I will
Sell it.
put it in the treasury. As I'm more than
Sell it and make a 3,000 gold piece for
and then
find
buy
a
it back
buyer.
at a lower cost.
That's
Again,
it. First
wait
you
a
gotta
few
find a
years.
buyer. All right. So we're here in Zymorvan. The son is bitter as he is passed over by his father, who clearly favours this non-human beast from the far south over his own flesh and blood. And he mumbles and mutters to himself and says something about Zentarum. But you are now the proud owner. And the Lord is preparing to take his money and move to Silvery Moon, leaving you guys in charge of an entire town of people. There are 200 citizens.
We need to set a manager. Manager of affairs. Who was the nice knights that came at us at first?
Oh yeah. That you find a guard who treated you quite well. I can't quite remember, but I do. Yeah, absolutely. As long as you've still got the same ideals, haven't we? Still, what were the 3 oaths to?
The 3 oaths were. Hold on a second. I gotta find it in my notes
We
again.
can write them down.
I've got to find it in my notes. I've got it in here somewhere.
Yep.
Ah, The oath of the Elven Crown to protect the land, the oath of the Dwarven Crown to protect the traditions, and the oath of the Human Crown to protect the community.
So how's that sound to you? Are you guys interested in desecrating? I mean, it's a fucking swamp, but that aside, you're going to not burn down the forests and uproot the trees and salt the earth, are you?
I don't think we are.
Only when I'm real mad.
This is good enough for them. All right. So was it second the tradition change? You bringing in new fandangled ways of doing things?
What, sorry?
Are you bringing in new fandangled ways of doing things, or are you upholding the traditions? Are you doing things the way they've always been done?
We're gonna find out how things have always been done first, I suppose.
Think of it as like feudal England. They've just basically who pay extremely low taxes, live pretty simple lives, and as a result show incredible loyalty. You don't need to call a militia. Most of the women as well are pretty tough, and they're only too happy to die for their homes. They know how dangerous life is out here on the frontier. So it's a bit of give and a bit of take, where essentially the nature of Zymorvan is not to tax, not to ask very much, and to attract people who want to be there. Yeah, that's a really good way of putting it. They're frontier people, you know. They want to be here, but if they chop down trees and they find gold, they want to share it. Unless they want to share it, they don't want no lord taking it off them. That's the labours of their hard work.
Crazy idea. We get the treasure, the Morbrin's tomb treasure. Then we go to, what is it? I think it was Rivermood or Nesmith. I think it was Rivermood that had the Darkwood that was like for half price or a quarter or whatever.
Correct.
And then we buy a bunch of that, and then we use it to fix up Zymorvan Hall and add defenses.
Oh, look, they think that's fantastic. They're very conservative, and so rebuilding defenses, rebuilding schools, these are projects that they will get behind.
Money back to the people.
Yeah, infrastructure. They believe in it. All right, that's the traditions, and finally, will you protect the community? And now here's the kick, because I was going to call you motherfuckers, but anyway, you adventurers are about to leave. You're not protecting anyone. What about the trolls? They're bloody trolls.
We still have the guards.
Good point. Yeah, all right. One more thing then. How about oil? If you're not going to be around here to talk, we're going to need oil or acid or some way of fighting trolls. What do you got for us?
I have a little bit of oil, but I guess we could buy some oil.
If they'll stop moaning, I've got 8 vials of acid.
They are amazed. Are you willing to donate them to the cause? Are you willing to donate them to the defences?
Yep, I can have 8 vials of acid.
You win them over, and they tell you you're a good kitty.
I'm going to walk away annoyed.
Cats, they're so arrogant.
So pissed off.
Nonetheless, the gift of afternoon nap will prove decisive. They're not going to waste them. But when the trolls do come, and they will come, they're not going to be expecting much in the way of defense until, bam, they get hit in the face with acid. And let me tell you, a troll hates being hit in the face with the acid as much as you do. Very few people. It is such an awful way to suffer a wound, and your Nap's tactics prove to be very effective. And these trolls, when they come, they retreat almost immediately after suffering a single wound. And now we are property owners. We join the ranks of Jaraxxus, as landowners. You can now each officially put the letters ESQ behind your name to designate
Esquire.
your land owning status. Or you could also call yourselves Von Morven.
Bonsai Morven.
I like Bonsai Morven more. I'm gonna add Bonsai Morven. Wild Gold Bonsai Morven.
That's a fucking mouthful, dude. Oh yeah, you must be
Bonsai Morven.
Wild Bonsai Morven Gold.
What if I go Esquire, Aradale, Zillicent, Bonsai Morven?
Fuck
The
me.
Esquire comes at the end because it's like
Ah,
a
shit. Oh, yeah,
it's
you're
an
right.
afterthought.
Yeah, you're right. Aradale, Zillicent, Bonsai Morven, Esquire.
That's it.
The first.
Yes, you could do that.
I have no children yet, but I'm still naming myself the first.
Well,
that sounds
you
like
are
a
the
that
first.
sounds like a wild gold thing to do.
Hell yeah.
That's quite
Wild
a
Gold
long title.
V2.
Libretowit. That's a long title.
Oh, it's just gonna grow.
Libretowit, the Great and Mighty. Nice. That's tragic. Going in my notes that we need to hoard acid and oil.
Perfect. And so, our business settled, our appointments made, our goodbye said. Now begins the long journey along the edge of the Moonwood, up the Serban River to its very source, glacial feed at the spine of the world. How far is this journey? Not so far. Not so far. Yeah, less than 200 miles. Do we have a way of speeding it up? Sorry?
You got to factor in the slope.
Yeah, it's absolutely true. That's why I was trying to yeah. My next question was going to be travel, because if it's only 200 miles, it's quite quick. But if it's 200 miles through hilly valleys and broken passes and across ice-coated rivers, then that's a little bit more challenging. Are we using the most conventional means possible, i.e., our feet, or do we have some other alternative?
We should have bought riding lizards.
We have some griffins.
Griffins, floating discs, they both help. Neither are permanent, but you only need it for the ravines and getting up and down cliffs. So
I have
Like,
the
yeah.
fly spell as well.
Yeah,
even
so do
better.
I. And if I need to get through water, I can swim.
Excellent. Do we have water walking at all?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll ritual cast it whenever.
I can show you guys how to climb, I guess.
Rose puts his hand up. Yeah, I also got my foot falcons. That's it.
And I can
The
Mystic
foot
Step a fair
falcons.
bit.
The Nike Airs.
I guess.
I can ride my boar and Misty Step around.
Yeah. Does the boar come with you when you Misty Step? Is that how it works?
I can dismiss it and resummon it as an action.
Dismiss and resummon, even better. Even
Maybe
better.
resummoning it costs a spell.
Well, it's you send it away to a demiplane and you pop it back in.
Is that
Should be with Fine Steed.
Is that Fine Steed? I'm pretty sure you have to cast it every time you want it back. But you can end it as an action.
It might be dismissed to a demiplane, but yeah, to pull back. But it's nonetheless an option, and it's an easier to fly as a spell. And the main thing to know is, I suppose, that we've got tremendous mobility. When you combine that with Harshnag's expertise, because he is an excellent ranger of the highest order and he's operating in his home territory, we make incredible ground. And this ends up being, ironically, one of the fastest legs of our journey because we're not slowed down by wagons and mammoths.
Yeah, but we don't have a lot of cool junk to carry around.
That's true. That's true. We are now poor. We are poor landowners. We're battlers.
I mean, since we got that bag of holding, we don't really need the mammoth anymore, do we?
Yeah, I've got the bag on me.
Magnificent.
At one point, he's just going to dive straight into the snow. Okay.
How do I pronounce the name again?
Libretto Wit.
Libretto wit. I can remember that. Libretto wit. It's not so complex. All right, libretto wit. Would you give me a roll of a d12 first, please? All right. Now a d100. Oh, this is
Yeah, it has. Ooh, 50.
Right in the middle. Let's go.
All right.
By the way, Libretto Wit has packed away a couple snowballs.
Okay. Oh, this came out a bit quicker than I expected. All right. All right. There's a bit of this is so I'll have to read it again because it's going to be complex to explain. Give me a moment. I'll take the headphones off.
I just rolled their doom.
I
Also,
rolled really well for Warlock HP. Holy fuck.
Yeah, you did.
Arctic stinks.
He smells like,
Jelly bean.
and they sting.
All right.
What a fucking insult. I mean, yeah, no, we weren't talking, nah.
who's Roz?
That's me, Mammoth.
Alright, I'm gonna throw a snowball at you.
Are you sure you want to play this game?
Rolls you up into a snowball. Throws you.
Yeah.
Fair. He's still doing it anyway. He's not smart.
Oh no, I'm gonna totally freeze that snowball as you throw it too.
Ow.
Well, if like a third one hits me, that's when Roz will just make a big one. Throw it back at you.
Dad can put up with so much, but he reaches a point, and he snaps.
Yeah, I don't think a 9's gonna hit you though.
Nope.
It falls like a meter in front of you.
Hey, I got a 6 strength. Okay, bring it on.
He's got it. He's got big snowballs. You got to give him that. He's taken on Roz. He might...
Yeah, you can tell he's faced dragons.
All right. So after your little snowball fight, you laugh further north, and in among the snow, which is falling quite lightly but consistently, you see up ahead activity. And your first thought is, oh, miners. Didn't know there were any miners out here. Certainly not a mining operation this big. And then you realize that some of the miners are abnormally large. In fact, Librewit, is that it?
Libretto Wit, yeah.
Librettowit, of course. I knew I was saying that wrong. Librettowit, can you give me first a D4, then 2D6, then 2D6 again? Okay, so there are, you see 3 massive figures, much bigger than humans. They must weigh 1,000 pounds. You see 9 humanoid and you see 19 4 smaller creatures about a little bigger than the kobold who look like they are absolutely exhausted. What you're looking upon As I said, it's going to be a bit hard to explain. But what you're looking upon here is a massive mining operation. Someone, these humanoids, have dug a huge open cut pit, And within that open cut pit, they have a massive crane or several ropes and cranes, and it's not very high tech, but it's well above the sort of primitive engineering you'd expect from creatures like this. And that's because they're directed by a giant. You can't see what type of giant from this range. You think that their skin is dark and you think that they're as heavily armored. But the fire in their eyes, the burning red intense heat within their eyes as they bark their orders, barking them, they are so aggressive, so angry, so demanding. They whip and lash and threaten everyone who works underneath them. And it looks like the little guys, the halfling guys, they're not rebelling, they just can't give any more. And it seems like they're ready to die. So in summary, we've got an open cut pit, several large humanoids of 1,000 pounds, even more armored humanoids who are holding a whole bunch of halfling-sized humanoids who are exhausted, and it's all being directed by a giant with fire in his eyes. It's probably half a mile away. It's unlikely that they've seen you, but if you've ever been within half a mile, you can see it with ease.
Liberto is going to hand over one of his coupons.
Prudent.
You billow your cape.
Yeah.
You look magnificent.
Cape is billowed.
Also going to try and sneak off into the snow a bit.
I guess we're fighting them, aren't we? I guess I'll
What's
also
Harshnag?
start sneaking off.
What's Harshnag's plan?
Oh, I want to see what you
Sorry, what was that?
do.
You cut out of it, sorry then.
Sorry, I'm scrolling through things. I'll stop doing it. It's up to you what you want to do. I will. You choose to do.
Well, they're quite close to Zymorvan Hall and Rivermoot. Might
Yeah,
do
I
it.
vote we stop this. Way too close to the property we just bought.
Get
I
off
really
our
want to test my
land.
new weapon.
Alright.
How many? 3 of them? Can I take one of my own for a little bit, please? I want to test it.
You're excited.
Very. It's been a while.
Yeah, I'll meet
Livy
you for a
claps
battle
excitedly.
too.
He's ready to see the team in action.
The last giant we faced, I didn't even get to hit.
Hey, Jiraxis,
Mm-hmm.
can you see if you can get me a giant elk?
All right.
I'm gonna ride
Can
my
I-
griffin.
Can I get rid of them afterwards? Can I like disband them, or are they stuck there?
No, the
For
way
a
it
whole day.
works is
What?
well,
Until they die or all.
Sweet.
A
There
whole
you go.
day.
You got a giant elk
hey,
and 2 weasels. But I'm just gonna tell the weasels you can go do whatever you want for your life. Enjoy it.
Enjoy your
Enjoy
one
the
day.
24 hours.
Yeah, you got 24 hours. Go do what you want.
No, not even that. It's till the dawn.
Yeah, there you go. It's like a fantasy story. Go mate or something. I don't know. I just
They're both
shoo them away.
males.
Giant ape. I'm gonna be a giant bear, but that's alright.
starting.
Pretty much.
Can I still wield my weapon?
No.
Oh, Luro puts his hand up, and is like, Luro. Sweet. Luro.
I slide a platinum ring over Rose's finger.
You're proposing.
No. And then I slide a ring over my own finger and cast. Wait, how far is half a mile? Yeah. Yeah. I'll wait till we get a little bit closer to cast Warding Bond. But other than that, yeah, that's what I do.
All right. Well, it will take me a while to make up, but it'll take too long. I've already got the map, and I'll just put the dudes down in position. So yeah, it won't take much longer, but it will take a little bit of time.
If the elk is listening to Roz, all it really wants is just to be getting to close range, and then the elk can run away.
Yeah.
Get me in there and
You
piss
command
off.
Yeah.
I basically
Okay.
tell it to listen to you and all your commands,
Sweet.
Giant elks are pretty fucking.
and no one
wicked.
else's, only Roz's.
Instead of Quasar now having a DC 10 con save for its poison, it now has a DC 16 because of that nutty new UA stuff.
Nice.
It's really good. No, it just changed the way it's a new invocation for warlocks.
Just so you know, Roz, the elk is a huge beast.
It's a giant
elk.
giant elk. Yeah.
Yeah.
It is a strong lad.
It's
Even.
pretty big.
Sweet.
Pretty big.
As in, it could fit 4 of us on there.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, if anyone else wants to ride, but I'm going straight in.
I'll take a
I'm
ride,
riding
but
into
jump
my
off
griffin.
halfway.
Yeah, I'll come in all the way on it.
It's pretty
That's
tall.
rude. I won't stealth in. I'll ride my boar in.
You can ride one of the weasels, and if you want.
Oh, how many are there? Sorry, let me just double check. 3
Those-
giants.
The numbers are greater than that. That's because it's like the first one add 1, the third one add 10. I think that's the numbers.
3 giants, and then what was the second one? Sorry.
Yeah, I'll give you the numbers soon.
Yeah, no worries. Take your time.
Yeah.
We're doing tactics. Oh, it's already 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, we're
Yeah.
done.
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
Might have to
right.
wait for next
Oh,
time.
there we go.
Damn
We're
it,
done.
Saxon!
I was hoping to see the battle map before.
Well,
it
I've got
ended.
the battle map. It might change a little, but this is basically what it looks like. So, this is to the west is like river country, and they've dug a bit of a mine, and there's more forest with mountains to the east. It's exactly where they're positioned. I can't currently, but that gives you a kind of a view of the rather massive mine site we've got here.
That's pretty cool.
Nice little
Cool.
map. Really well
Fuck
drawn.
yeah, hype for next session.
I'm gonna challenge one to a duel. I really want to see if I can 1v1 one. You know?
You just gotta hit.
Yeah. Well, reckless attack.
It'll just be
I just want to insta slay it with giant slayer. You know?
yeah, it'll just be a hit fest for like 2 or 3 rounds, and then I think one of you will cave.
Yeah, I'm
So,
pretty much gonna be doing that.
Librettowitz, do you think you might come along?
Probably, yeah.
Cool, man. Cool, no worries. It'd be great to have you along. So, hope to see you again.
Hope you had fun. Auf Wiedersehen.
See you, Sash.
Goodbye.
Thanks, everyone. See you later.
See ya.
Bye.